From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
Sudden Jesus, sudden Superman. Got it from whiskey like any loser can. You're running on empty, you leave it all in your hands. Now show me what you do. I'm listening.
It's the week of Friday, April 1st, 2016. Or is it? And it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's show is brought to you by Audible.com.
Yes, let's talk about this.
Audible is launching actually a new audiobook called The Turn of the Screw. It's the classic book. Academy Award and Golden Globe and Emmy winner Emma Thompson is lending her immense talent and experienced voice to Henry James's gothic ghost tale, The Turn of the Screw. This is no April Fool's joke.
That's
really
awesome.
That
would be a very nuanced April Fool's joke. Like The Turn of the Screw is accurate, but it's actually another actress that we're not aware of.
When a governess is hired to care for two children at a British country estate, she begins to sense an otherworldly presence around the grounds. Are they really ghosts she's seeing? Or is something far more sinister at work?
Yeah, too scary for Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels so cold.
But Emma Thompson, I mean, you have a movie star. You know, this is the prestige of a movie with a experience of a book.
It's
What more
amazing.
could you want?
Although here's what I was thinking about as you were talking about that is because she's one of those voices. I have particular people where I'm like, I want that person to tell me bedtime stories,
Yeah.
and she's one of those people. So I feel like, how is anybody going to stay awake listening to this?
Mine's Gilbert Gottfried.
If you want to hear Emma Thompson and Gilbert Gottfried bring Henry James's eerie, atmospheric novel to shivery life, head over to audible.com, sign up for one of their 30-day Audible trials, and you can download it and listen for free. Like I said, I'm your host, Cameron, and here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
Oh, hello. Hi.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello.
All the way from Portland, Oregon, Joy Eggerichs Reed.
Present.
Okay, and so there's a little bit of news and some weird things going on with the cast today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a big announcement.
So, joining us, not behind the ones and twos, around at the big boy side of the table,
Yeah.
Jeremiah Dunlap.
Feels weird. I feel like I'm pedaling the bike without the chain.
And here's the news. Here's the news. Mr. Dunlap,
Yeah.
this is his last show on the Relevant Podcast.
God, thank the Lord.
Oh.
Our podcast
April
prayers have been
Fools.
answered.
No April Fools. Jeremiah's
clean it
moving on
for that.
a lot sooner than we wanted and a lot sooner than we expected, but he's moving on and we're excited for him.
He's got some legal troubles.
As everybody knows,
knows,
he's got to just take care of a few things. As everybody knows, when Jeremiah joined us, he and some friends had been doing a kids podcast called the Sugar Crash Kids for a while. And it's an amazing show.
Oh, man.
And we always knew that there were big dreams around Sugar Crash Kids.
Big kids' dreams.
And if he was here long term, that meant that those Sugar Crash dreams crashed.
Yeah. Nice.
and died.
Very nice.
But if those dreams were to take flight, he would have to leave us.
Yes.
And that is what's happening. There's some big opportunities that have opened up for Sugar Crash Kids.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah has to devote full-time attention to it.
Yes.
And we are 1,000% in your corner, even though we're going to miss you immensely.
This would be the best April Fool's joke, though, for real. So
It really would be.
It's next week and you're back. Sugar Crash, actually, did not do well.
No,
It was
yeah.
very poorly done.
it's a lot of debt, and Jeremiah's actually going off the grid for a while. He's got all the wrong kinds of people that he owes money to right now.
Yeah.
So it's just best we've all decided for Jeremiah to lay low for a bit, and till this whole thing blows over.
I feel blowing over, though. I feel like I'm not going to be here to catch what Eddie, spews onto the mic every week. So I'm really interested to see how the show tanks after now with Eddie's content being unfiltered, maybe.
There is a little bit of fear when you're not behind it, 'cause,
Right.
like when you were the new guy, we had to watch it because
Right.
you're learning the system.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that you're gone, there's going to be another new person, and I'm scared again.
So you're saying Jeremiah has perfected his goalie skills for you. Nothing gets into the net that shouldn't, is what you're saying.
Let's talk about some of your favorite memories of me and Joy and Jesse.
Yeah.
And then we'll roast you.
Oh, gosh. I can't think of anything I've enjoyed with you guys. It's been awesome with Cameron every week. Has been
been
great.
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
The 10-year anniversary show. That was pretty
10-year
monumental.
anniversary
Hey, remember
show?
how the tech didn't work?
Oh man, that was the best. That
Remember
was
you were
so much
supposed to be
fun.
on stage, and then at the last minute we told you had to sit in the booth?
Yeah, that's like my whole life.
Hey, remember when we used to make fun of your old band all the time? That was hilarious.
That had
Yeah.
nothing to do with me leaving. Don't worry about it.
No, that's
definitely
totally
that
cool.
definitely wasn't the main reason. I will say I'll miss making jingles every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made a couple for Sugar Crash Kids. They all pale in comparison content wise because most of what the jingles are that here have gotten just very literal and what my descriptions of but you
This is a thing that is happening.
This is
Right,
the time
yeah.
when we.
yeah, which has been my favorite joke that no one's really noticed, but jingles have become literally just me very in detail description saying what's
we've
about to
noticed.
happen.
Yeah.
The last jingle was 3 paragraphs long.
If I say something serious about Jeremiah, can one of you please then pick up afterwards and
Sure.
start the roast again?
'Kay.
Because I don't want this to last too long.
Here we go.
You got the
great.
music?
Make it emotional.
No, I just want to say, shut up, forget it. No, I don't want to do it. Forget it. No, you've done a very good job on the show. And one of
really
the
have.
things about being on the podcast together is like the thing that makes this all work is that we're all actually friends and we all like each
Right.
other and we all like actually enjoy each other's company. And so the weird thing about someone new coming in is always like, oh, is it going to change the vibe? Because like Chad or
She's the worst, though.
she was the worst,
Yeah.
but also he's like a good friend. But you immediately assimilated right into it,
Yeah.
and you're just so super talented. It will be hard to see you go and move back and work at Toys R Us and do whatever you're doing. But like you did a very good job. And we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud. Very
And Eddie
appreciative.
just passed out from saying the first nice thing to Jeremiah he's ever said.
Oh, yes. Very kind, Eddie. I know he didn't mean any of it.
Yeah, remember that time you edited Joy out of the whole show?
Yeah.
That was a memory.
That
Thanks
was
for
a,
bringing
that
that
was a
up.
master stroke.
That was a great. You know what we need to do? This should be an episode like on sitcoms when they would just run out of material.
Yeah,
We
right.
just like play. Remember that one time, and then play the whole episode.
Having done this for not the podcast per se, but like doing this with teams and
Yeah.
for 16 years, change is hard. It's scary. I'll tell you this though. The one thing I've learned is I believe God orders our steps.
Yeah.
And just like God was opening doors for Jeremiah's next season and ordering his steps toward that thing, God's ordering the steps of the perfect person to this show.
Yeah.
And I have complete confidence because for 16 years, that's been proven true.
Yeah.
And everybody will put their own stamp on it and it will evolve. Things will change. You put your stamp on the show.
Right.
And
Just
added
jingles.
a lot of fun stuff.
Right. Just jingles.
And the next season will be a little different. Absolutely. But I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
When you came here, that was
No,
fun.
no,
I didn't know
I'm
you.
excited. Yeah.
I'm worried for you.
Yeah.
Like what? But I'm not worried for us.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. To be real. So
Mindy.
You and my wife are both really worried about this choice.
That sweet woman did not sign up for all this. She thought, finally, Jeremiah's got a nice steady
know,
job working
yeah.
in town, and now we're back to Panama.
Going back out
Yep.
on the road with sophomore. That's what this is.
We gotta
That's
get
what
the
this
band-
is.
Coming to a library near you.
Yeah.
So
So people are probably wondering who's pushing the buttons?
who's
What's going on?
illustrious? Who's illustrious
It
today?
is-
So we
It's-
have
it's me.
we have a plan, folks. There's a thing. Remember John David Snavely? He's
Yeah.
not doing it. He's
Yeah.
busy. We've got other things going on.
No, he's got internet. to run.
It just so happens that there was a producer in town who's highly accomplished and also unemployed.
Yes.
and
Oh.
had the margin to come and help us out in the
Yeah.
interim. And welcome to the show, our interim producer, my brother Chandler Strang.
Ooh.
Good.
Chandler, can I just say you sounded very enthusiastic with that hey? Well, most people don't. Chandler's just a really cool guy, and that's his normal cadence.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not witty or funny, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll
it,
see.
it was fine with the last guy. You'll be okay. High five.
Okay.
High five.
All right.
little goodbye roast, fella. I love you. Come
Hey,
on.
Chandler, the bar's pretty low. There.
Yeah, don't worry.
I figured, since he's going to be steering the ship for, a little while.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly how long, but, we should get to know him a little bit.
I think so.
I mean, I know him pretty well.
Yeah.
But I
know
figured
him.
you guys have a couple questions. I thought maybe if you each wanted to ask him one question and then the show can move on.
One
Yes.
question.
One question each.
I have one question and then one science question.
Okay,
so I'd like
that's
a
fine.
follow-up
Go
question.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the first question is just tell us everything about yourself.
I'm I don't know, man. I'm 28.
Yeah.
Allah.
I'm unemployed.
Millennial.
Well, now I'm employed.
Not anymore.
He's a musician.
Yeah.
I play
Oh.
music.
What kind of music?
Well, I have two bands: Dream Pop and Indie.
And deep country.
Yeah.
Deep country.
Yeah.
Now, are you planning on using this as a platform
Yes, absolutely.
You're going to use this as a platform to like talk about your band all the time.
I'm going to take up what Jeremiah is leaving off with mentioning my bands at least once an episode.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
Your Bandcamp page.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, I mention it at least 8 times, and Cameron makes me cut it down to
Yeah,
once.
right.
Yeah,
We have a ratio.
right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Outside of music, what do you enjoy doing?
That's about it.
That's it.
That's great. No,
if
that's
you
a
go
good
over to
life.
his house, literally his entire living room is nothing. Is like you walked into a recording studio.
Yeah, basically.
Like there's nothing
I don't
else.
have furniture or anything.
Good for you. That's really cool.
What do you sleep on?
Good
I have a
question.
bed, but I don't.
He
have
sleeps on a piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally just like curls
The
up.
strings of a piano.
It's a great
Very
piano.
I
untuned
have
a lot of
piano.
I do not have a dining room table or anything. That's,
You don't need that.
I have drums there.
You have drums and a tape machine. You're doing fine.
Do you eat Hot Pockets on drums?
Great question.
I have.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're a real musician then.
He's
Are
a
you-
real musician.
Are
Yeah.
you nearsighted or farsighted?
That's a good question.
I actually just got my eyes examined
Oh.
yesterday.
So-
Oh, man.
Okay,
I'm
this is
nearsighted.
important,
now,
Chandler.
now that he
And
has
what's
it.
the
Hold
result?
on. You're nearsighted.
Yeah.
This is important to know.
This is important. Can you see Magic Eye pictures? You're going to settle something here. Have you ever seen a Magic Eye picture?
A what?
a
Magic Eye, those 3D pictures
young. He's
where
too
they
young.
pop out.
He actually is.
Oh,
Hey.
no, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Okay, okay. First of all, I would like to comment on the Magic Eye.
I didn't know they were called that.
Magic Eye. Joy very kindly sent me a book of
Yeah.
the Magic Eye stuff for my birthday.
just to rub it in that you couldn't see
So
it.
I took it home, had it on my coffee table. I have
Yeah.
a community group at my house. There's
Yeah.
about 25, 30 people who come, most of which are under the age of 30.
right.
Okay.
I'm telling you, people were going, "What is that?" Like
their
everybody,
minds
like
blown?
all the like college mid-20s, everybody was like, "What is that?" What? And I'm like, "Well, you see these things," and they're like, "Why?" And I was like, "You've never heard of these? The posters,
The blind,
Seinfeld,
the blind,
bathroom,
blind lady in the
nothing.
blind.
Next
over
time,
here.
bring up A-Team at your group.
Yeah.
I wanna
Can
see
I
all
just
those
say
go
this?
blank.
Can I want to hear the outcome of that, but two, if Magic Eye is a publicly traded company, buy stock in it now, people, because it is on the verge of a comeback. We have a whole generation.
Yeah.
That the thing about Magic Eye, it was a shooting star. It burned hot and fast. It's going to be a slow burn for millennials. So, did any of your millennial?
No. Not one of them saw it. And they even read the instructions of how to do it and all that stuff. And a couple of them were really determined to make it. Not one of them could see it.
Yeah.
And
well,
I'd say probably 7 or 8
I'll
people
tell you why
tried.
they couldn't, because they're too young. They don't know how to sit still. They expected the book to do something for them.
Actually,
And-
I kinda agree.
But my idea, Jesse, I think you're right about the resurgence, because it's our generation that had such fond feelings, minus Cameron, for them, that now we're having kids. If Jeremiah, on your new venture with
Yeah.
children's stuff, come out with a children's version of Magic Eye.
Yeah, give 'em
our
all
generation will
migraines.
buy it for our kids. It'll explode. You're
Yeah.
a millionaire.
Baby migraines.
I think what Joy did was send you a fake Magic Eye book. So I don't think any
I think it
of
was
those.
defective.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
No,
Wouldn't
no.
that be a
That's
great
awesome.
joke?
Did you look?
that would be a funny joke.
Yeah. No one
That's
steal
a
my
great-
idea. I
That's a
called
very
it.
high-minded April Fool's thing with like a lame payoff.
It's all just QR codes or whatever.
Right.
It's just weird digital prints, and someone spends about 45 seconds unsuccessfully trying to see it.
Yes.
That would be great, just to get back at all the people
Yeah.
who over the years have been able to see it, rubbed
Yeah.
it in my face that I couldn't see it. I'm going to hang broken ones framed in my home that don't work.
Yes.
Hey,
And
but,
then-
but are you going to walk by them? Are you going to walk by them when you have guests and be like, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I
that's what I'm
Every
saying.
time I
And
see
I
this-
will act like
this
I
is the reason
see
I hang
it.
here.
I'll
Every
tell them
time I
what it
see
is, and then
Right.
they'll be the ones who can't see
It's
it.
like an emperor's new clothes.
You
type
don't, you don't
situation.
see the unicorn jumping over the American flag in the battleship? Whoa.
I actually listened to the first time you guys talked about this on the show, and I was talking back to you because there was a Magic Eye in the mall that I would walk by every single time and could not see it, and all my friends that I was with in Seminole Mall could see it, and it's still an issue because Magic Eye was huge, and I have never.
Me either.
They've all been like, oh my, and they would
That's
like,
why-
they would see it in real time. They're walking and they're just like, a sailboat. And of course, I lie and I'm just like, no, right? I've never seen one of them.
Okay, anyways, can I have my question for Chandler now?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Chandler, what is an early memory you have of a fight with Cameron, and what were the circumstances?
Ooh.
Oh,
You can get real. We've heard all about your family.
well, Cameron liked to tickle me a lot when I was a kid.
Still do.
But like violently, like it was painful.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't know whether to cry or laugh.
My older
Still
brother
do.
did that.
And,
He's the worst.
He does it to Eddie all the time
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, what a weird.
Is your
Yeah, there's a lot of tickle fights.
I remember one time Cameron, he was holding me from behind.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in the mood for it.
Yes,
And,
right.
I was at the right height where my heels could easily connect with
other region
sensitive
right
area.
And you're like, this
So-
is my
so I
25th
just-
birthday party. I'm doing what I want.
So
Yikes.
yeah, it turned really negative.
We're
really
we're
quickly.
11 and a half years apart.
You got to do
Okay.
what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are like different generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was maybe 4 or 5 at the
Okay.
time.
I've got, can I do my question before Jesse
Hold
does?
on. And he was like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
I remember
Got it.
it got violent.
So I've got
That
an
is great.
I've got an older brother who's similar age apart as mine. Did he ever pretend to throw you off a bridge? Because like he was going to throw you off a bridge? Because my brother would pick me up, be like, "I'm gonna throw you off. I'm gonna do it." And it to this day still irks me. Like I still have nightmares
so.
about
Yeah.
the fear that I
He
felt.
drives around bridges. He doesn't go over them.
Chandler, have you ever been forcibly removed from any sort of establishment, dining or otherwise? If so, what were the circumstances?
Great question.
I have not, fortunately.
Well,
I have
that's
not.
disappointing.
Yeah.
So
Is your older brother a pirate? Because that is my situation.
Is he? Is
No,
yours?
his
Yes.
older brother literally is a pirate.
Yeah.
So is
like
Cameron?
like an internet pirate? Or?
No. He's in the Pirates Guild, National Pirates Guild.
Like a
what
yo-ho-ho.
does he do? Professionally? He
Right.
pillages?
He plunders.
He plunders. He's more of a plunderer.
Do they wear the outfits? Because we have
Yes.
clubs in
pantaloons.
Portland where people dress up in full on pirate gear.
Oh yeah, I mean you
and
can't be
play,
a part of
like,
the Pirates
relay
Guild and
games.
show up in a button-up.
So
you
it's
know?
like LARPing or Civil War reenactments.
Yeah, but a
for-
little more
but for
intense
pi-
and as older people.
Everything is a
'cause, like
thing.
it's not young like millennials trying to be like funny pirates. It's like
Right.
people in their 60s.
saw one.
Let me just say
episode
this. I saw a family of pirates on Wife Swap one time. Really fascinating. It's probably on YouTube. Check it out if you're more interested in this culture. I watched the whole thing.
But this is about Chandler, not pirates. How did we get on? Oh, because your brother. All right. Any other questions for Chandler before we move the show along?
What's the over under until you go and start your own kids podcast?
Okay, how about this? How about this? Were you in any bands that have an embarrassing name in hindsight?
Yeah.
Ooh.
In high school, I was in a band called Last Adam. It was a Christian hardcore band.
Nice.
ADAM or ATOM?
Like Jesus is the last Adam. So
Yeah,
ADAM.
they wouldn't dabble in science.
I was going to
back
say the Atom would have been really cool. ATOM.
How many
Yeah.
bands have you been a part of?
Righteousness is a gift.
Maybe 6 or 7.
What do you
over the
play?
years.
Like
Every
Well,
year?
I played drums to start with. I play guitar in all the bands I play now.
I- If a church is going to hire him on a Sunday morning, it's
Yeah.
to play the drums.
Yeah, right. That's
Got
what I
it.
played. Yeah.
But is it?
But if
through-
a bar is going to hire him, it's
Right.
to play the turntables.
Right, the one man
I do
band.
DJ as well.
He does
yeah.
DJ.
I forgot to mention that.
really?
yeah.
Can you like scratch and stuff?
No,
Not that
no.
kind of
I mean,
DJ.
I can mix, but
Yeah.
not not like
Wow.
turntablist.
So from
type
now
of
on, all the
DJing.
music will be live for the show.
Right.
He's going to DJ in the background.
I mean, we could do that if
That
you
would
wanted.
be totally rad. That would be so amazing.
Follow-up question, Chandler. When you do play drums at a church, do you prefer to be inside the clear glass case or outside?
Inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Of
for
course.
sure.
Why?
Well, you wear in-ears, so you can't hear the drums anyway.
Yeah.
And it keeps people from complaining about the.
It also keeps people from like bomb rushing you because like everyone
Yeah.
wants to be on stage with Chandler.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was going to say, why not just go with the coolest solution, which is those cool hexagon electric drums?
Yeah.
I actually have a set of those.
Yes, he
They're-
does.
but they're shaped like triangles.
You need to use those.
Hey, we're
behind
gonna
the
we're
glass.
gonna slow it down here. This this is the heart of worship. Chandler, can you count us off? Sure thing.
So you've seen me play before.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Do,
in.
do you have any nicknames?
No, not really.
Yeah, neither do I. Neither of us had nicknames. so.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get one.
Have them by the end
All
of this
right.
show.
Sounds good.
Chanandler Bong. That's a friend's
Well, I mean, yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Chandler Bong.
Chanandler Bong. It's a friend's reference.
It's actually Mrs. Chandler
Thank you,
Ball.
thank you.
Every white girl I've ever met makes that reference.
Yep.
For sure.
Well,
Chandler, like
add me to the
on
list.
Friends?
Yeah.
Add me to the list, homie.
I'm going to call you Chitty Chitty Chan Chan.
Oh, that's
for me.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you guys see how Friends is making a huge comeback among millennials? Like that, they're saying that the numbers of millennials who are watching Friends like rival some of the numbers when the show was on originally in prime time I know I made a disparaging comment about Friends.
Oh, I know. We got a lot of feedback. We got
Which I don't
lot
care.
of
Can we
feedback.
just circle
But
back?
So
let me
was
ask this.
that the scenario, Cameron, at your house? They're just like throwing the Magic Eye book down. They're like, I can't see this. Let's watch Friends.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the thing. How are they against Magic Eye, something truly innovative? But they're all about
They're
Friends,
not
which is
against it, Jesse. They had no idea what it was. They had never heard of it.
well, that's the thing. It takes patience. It's a lot of things in life, and this is the thing. I'm a millennial, so I can say this. Hey, some things in life take work. This is an analogy for our generation. Some things in life take hard work. They take a headache. They take looking stupid in a mall trying to see a sailboat. But you know what? The payoff will blow your mind. That's the lesson of the hour. What's next?
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, we talked to Jamie Tworkowski, the founder of To Write Love in Arms. He's a friend. Right now, they are celebrating the 10-year anniversary of their organization. Can you believe that? 10 years ago. Back in spring of 2006, they started. Tomorrow, from when the show comes out, they will be having their Heavy and Light show that they do to celebrate the 10 years. And so he comes on, and it was a fun conversation. It's a pretty long segment because I really wanted to find out like the real story of how he went from just being a guy who was rallying his friends at his church to help a friend out, get help and raise some money, how that turned into quitting your job and starting a nonprofit that's now been going for 10 years when he never really even set out to do that.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating thing. And there's a lot of people who listen to this show who have dreams like that. They're, maybe they feel stuck in a day job and they have dreams of like stepping out, taking big risks, starting their own kids podcast, stuff like that.
Right.
And hearing Jamie's story is fascinating. Yeah. And the work that they're doing to raise awareness and help people who are suffering with depression and anxiety is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's a great conversation.
Yeah, and some people may be aware, but even in the early days, Relevant got to be a little part of that story early on, which is
pretty big part of it.
Yeah.
Also coming up, we have an in-studio performance by an awesome band, Run River North.
Yeah.
LA-based indie pop outfit. They came through the studio last week and recorded
Super
some awesome songs. So stay tuned for that as well. It's a good show.
Yeah, really good show.
Good show. Going out on a high note there, Dunlap.
That's right. I'm glad it wasn't last week because was that a rough one? No, I'm just kidding.
That was a disaster. I gotta just say, I'm still chuckling inside that Chandler's response to my question was, "Yeah, every white girl I've ever met says that same joke to me." That was a really great instant burn, but totally factual, and I was really proud of that.
Man.
Chandler, if you do nothing else this show, I'm really proud of you. I just want to say that. And I'll
Don't
ask
say you're not funny. You're
Hey,
funny.
just if you ever want to get back at him for that,
Yeah.
he doesn't like tickling.
It's just
Well, we already found that out the hard way, didn't we, Chandler?
Eddie, I got a great idea. After the show, tickle him and then threaten to throw him off a bridge.
Yeah, Channing Tatum does not like that.
All right, well, move this show along. It's time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for
In case you missed it.
last week was Easter.
Yeah.
Christians were celebrating
It's
left
big-
and right.
It's a big deal.
It's a big day.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Almost all of them, including Kanye West. On Easter Sunday, he released a song called Ultralight Prayer to SoundCloud on Easter Sunday. The track's like a reworked, kind of standalone version of the Kirk Franklin prayer on that song Ultralight Beams.
Yes.
So he kind of took it off, got Kelly Price vocals and
Yeah.
released it. Here's a clip of Ultralight Prayer.
If all God's children would get down on their knees and pray and give up all of those things that pull our hearts away, you will forgive all of our wrong and make us brand new again.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But won't
I
make
am a
it,
little
God,
surprised
if
about how
you
cool
let
that
go
is.
of my hand.
There you go.
It works
That's-
surprisingly well as like a standalone song. It's only like a minute or so, but still, it's a pretty cool little song. I think Ultralight Beams, even if you don't have Pablo, which by the way is releasing to streaming outlets next week.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Taking a stand.
Ooh, we
But
can't
they
talk
did release some numbers, and they're pretty impressive. That it was something like 2.5 million people signed up to Tidal to get Pablo. So
Wow.
I think it was still a success, but it'll be heard much wider in the coming weeks. But all that to say is this is a really cool little standalone song that I released to SoundCloud.
In case you missed it, the first trailer for the upcoming Ewan McGregor film, Last Days in the Desert, has been released. We've seen it. We've screened it here at the office, actually.
Yeah.
It's coming out on May 13th. In it, Ewan McGregor plays Jesus
Yep.
and the devil. And
Really interesting.
It's like an art house film. It is not like Noah or some big epic. It is the cinematographer who did The Revenant
And Birdman.
Shot it.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. And it's like very little dialogue.
Yeah.
And it's moving. And it's not
There's only 5 people in it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's 5 people in it, and people were like, well, you know, it's taking dramatic license. Well, of course it is. I mean, it's like 40 days of things happened, and it's like, what, 1 chapter? So it's like, you know, it's an extra biblical, you know, narrative.
It's cool. It's kind of like his journey from after his 40 days fast, when he's heading back into Jerusalem.
Yeah, it's like
that
toward the end of it.
It's
Yeah.
like in that little in-between section, and it was really powerful and compelling. I liked it a
When
lot.
when you think about that story, because it's a relatively minor part of the gospel in terms of like the length of it, it's pretty incredible spending 40 days fasting in the desert. 40 days is a long time. Now, just to be alone by yourself in the desert, much less fasting. And so it's. I feel like it's cool to see a more subtle take on a biblical story has more of a psychological edge.
It was a Sundance film. I mean, that's where it kind of got the
and-
buzz last year. So
Also, there's not enough movies anymore where one person is playing 2 characters, right? Because Nutty
like
Professor,
Freaky Friday.
yeah,
Right.
Nutty Professor ruled.
Yeah.
I mean that movie was the best, and
Norbit.
now Jesus in
Lindsay
Devil.
Lohan actually makes a cameo in this film.
Yeah, playing. Yeah, I don't want to make that joke because I feel like I'm just going to get in trouble. But you know, like I just
She
like
plays Mary
movies-
Magdalene and the Mother Mary.
Yeah.
That was my exact
Mary
joke.
Mary.
That
Yeah.
was my exact
And
joke.
it's called Mary Mary.
Yeah.
Mary. That was my joke. Well done. Now you get in trouble. That was Cameron Strang. At Cameron Strang. That was not
I love
me.
it that the 2 examples you gave were Norbit and a Lindsay Lohan film.
No, the Nutty Professor. That was the
Okay.
best. I hope nothing's wrong with Oprah. Oprah was a fox. Lost all that weight. Got herself a big, strong, tall gentleman named Stedman.
But you're really only referring to one scene in The Nutty Professor, which is the table scene. Which, by the way, if I were to watch that movie again, I think I would just instead of watching the whole Nutty Professor, I would just watch the dinner table scene.
I watch it once a
15
week.
times in a row.
Yeah, I watch that table scene once a week. It's the best.
Here is Last Days in the Desert.
I don't know why everybody trying to lose weight in the first place. Ain't everybody supposed to be the same size. We're supposed to be all different. Big, small, medium, midgets. You're supposed to have all of that. I don't know what it is. Everybody want to be the same size. Like that Oprah Winfrey. She gonna lose her weight. Wasn't nothing wrong with her. She was fine. Oprah was a fine.
Definitely go see it.
Yeah, that's really
Playing multiple
very
characters.
powerful.
Ewan McGregor's range is unbelievable.
Unreal.
Unbelievable.
You ain't got to lose weight. Look at me.
I'm
hungry.
I had read online some early reviews. They said it really played up the family conflict in the New Testament story. I didn't know that's the direction they were taking it. And for some reason, I thought Jesus fasted.
No, he is. He's there at the table. He's the one not eating.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
temptation
You
is
just-
the rest
okay,
of them.
so in this scene, Ewan McGregor is sitting silently while everyone argues about food. I
that's
got it.
right.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
You walk over, but you limp back.
You can't hear Lindsay Lohan's voice, but she's there.
More Easter news. Chris Pratt on Easter posted some step-by-step instructions on Instagram of how to erect a giant cross.
Yeah.
Pratt and 2 of his buddies were shown putting a 20-foot steel cross in an undisclosed location in the desert on Easter. Ewan McGregor was in the background. He's been vocal about his faith in the past. Over Christmas, he visited a children's hospital with Russell Wilson and Sierra. And on Instagram, then he wrote, say a prayer for all those kids who don't get to be home for Christmas. And he put Psalms 37, 3 and 4. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Also delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart.
That's like the ultimate geocache, isn't it? Like take a picture with that cross. Like
Yeah.
where is it?
Well, that's
snap.
the thing. There was no location
Right.
on there. And I did some Googling when I was, researching this one, and no one seems to have an idea of the location. But it's a large cross. I mean, it's not like it's hidden. It's definitely out somewhere on the side of a hill because it's massive.
Well, I mean, the LA is surrounded by desert. I mean, Ewan McGregor's film, Last Days in the Desert, was shot 3 hours outside of LA.
Nutty Professor, I think was at Berkeley. I'm not sure. I think that's where he taught at.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot of desert around there. So if you're in Southern California, just go take a little road
Get a
trip.
metal detector.
I just wonder about the permission. Like all I was thinking is like, did they just hatch this the night before Easter and just thought it would be a cool thing to do and just drive out to the desert? Are you allowed to do that?
I mean, you can do anything in the desert. Have you seen what's that movie? Leaving Las Vegas.
Breaking Bad.
A lot
Yeah.
happens in the
A
desert.
lot happens
Yeah.
in the desert. I saw
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Like
Yeah.
murder stuff.
Yeah.
thing.
What do you think
No.
is the reason for him putting the cross where he did?
I think I think it's like his buddies that are in like a accountability group or like spiritual friends that they were talking about it, and they were talking about some physical way to celebrate Easter. And I think they when I saw
Like
it,
it's a
I'm
monument to their faith.
But I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, man, I could totally get behind doing something like that, like building something in our garage that's epic, that takes time, and makes you think about it. And then on Easter, going out and doing like a real physical, labor-intensive thing.
Like Burning Man.
Right.
Kinda, but not. But like totally. You know, I thought it was actually pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, he seems like the type of dude that would pull off a random, move like that. And did you guys hear he's got a new movie coming out? I think we have a clip. Can we play it real quick?
Hey, what's wrong with you? You're supposed to eat that thing, not scalp it. Well, Daddy, all calories in the chicken are found in the skin and in the fat, so I peel it
What you
off.
talking about? That's where all the fats and calories is. You know where that come from? Watching that TV. Every time you turn it on, they got somebody in there talking about lose weight, get healthy, get in shape. Get everybody looking all anorexic.
In case you missed it, Gary Shandling passed away.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I was so bummed.
That's sad.
I think it was the beginning of a great generation of
Oh man,
actors and comedians that we grew up on
Yeah.
passing away. They're getting
I was
toward the end.
really sad. The Larry Sanders Show
Yeah.
was like the birthplace of all the comedy that we
30
liked.
Rock wouldn't have existed without the Larry
Judd
Sanders show.
Apatow, it was one of his earliest writing jobs, was on that show, and he like cut his teeth there. And I've been watching through the whole Larry Sanders. I just finished season 1. It is an incredible.
It holds
show.
up.
Oh, it is so good.
I
It
watched it
clearly
back in
has
the
a
day.
little bit of 90s in it, and it's kind of funny, like the outfits, but the comedy is like
Sharp.
super sharp.
Well, the thing is, it reinvented imagine what the sitcom form could be.
Absolutely.
Like,
Because think about
laugh
when
track.
it happened. It's almost like you have to put yourself in the context of Star Wars in 1976.
Yeah.
Back then, sci-fi was Buck Rogers.
Right.
So Star Wars was groundbreaking for the era. That's what was so groundbreaking. Think about sitcoms in the early 90s. They were laugh tracks. They were single, they were in a set with a live studio audience. They were cheesy.
Yeah.
It was like single camera
Yeah.
and then went behind the scenes. It was amazing.
And you know that he was offered the same day he was offered the I think because Letterman had just moved to CBS. Gary Shandling was offered the Letterman show and Larry Sanders. So he sat there and had the decision to make in a day. Do I do an actual talk show after Leno, or I guess at that point it's after Carson, or am I going to do
a fake Carson?
And I'm fake, and he went that route and changed comedy. It was awesome.
That's awesome. Well, in case you don't know the Larry Sanders Show, because you are so young you don't know what a Magic Eye book is, HBO Go is making the entire show available now.
Hey now.
Shortly before Gary passed away, he struck a deal to bring his classic sitcom back to the platform.
Yeah.
The show ran from 92 to 98. If you don't know, it's about a fictional late night talk show, but it goes behind the scenes a lot like The Office or 30 Rock does.
Yeah.
Kind of like
It's a little more adult. We should say that because it is on HBO, so
Yeah.
there's some adult things in it. But
Kind of like what they did
big
with the
hair, big
Muppets.
lapels.
The
Yeah,
Muppets
yeah.
come back or whatever.
Yeah. Brett's exactly
behind the
right.
scenes.
Yeah, the edgy Muppets.
I did not like that.
I saw like one or two, and I was like, okay. I mean, but like the joke is like they're living like adults. I mean, but it was like,
Right.
okay, I don't need to keep watching this. I don't actually care about.
I liked feeling like a kid when I watched the Muppets, but still laughing at the adults joke. That song will be stuck in everyone's head all day. That is the song.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for mine in case you missed it. It's Jesse, what happened on the site this week?
Yeah, so we had a lot of great content. One that I think people will dig checking out is a piece we ran called "You Should Be Taking More Risk," and it looks at the benefits of really taking calculated risk in your life,
Like running across busy intersections, stuff like that?
Right. Playing
Yeah,
Frogger in real life.
we're talking about taking your life in your hands here.
Yeah.
Just running out into traffic to see
No helmets on the motorcycle,
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Picking up children, dangling them over bridges.
Because you get, especially in a generation that came out of difficult economic times with a lot of different factors, there a lot of student debt. There is a tendency for people to want to play things conservative. But one reason I think this piece is challenging because it specifically talks to Christians and talks about the relationship about trust in God and our calling and risk in our lives, which is a message that I feel like isn't really talked about that much because there is a tendency for people to want to give the safe advice, not necessarily the advice that incorporates some risk. So encouraging piece, I encourage people to go check it out. You should be taking more risk. It's up right now.
I would say Jeremiah Dunlap is living this out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what you're doing is risky.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but you are stepping out.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you don't step out, like, how can your dreams happen?
I am stepping into something that's kind of unknown. You
Yeah.
know, like we know that there's a lot of possibility, but if we don't kind of, it's all about if we don't take the risks, then nothing will ever happen.
I
So
mean, starting Relevant was a huge risk. I think anything worth something is worth,
Yeah, I agree.
risk.
That's awesome.
Go
I actually
for it.
read that article and I really liked it.
There you go. All right, well, that'll do it for.
In case you missed it.
It's time for entertainment releases. Music coming out on Friday, April 8th. Ben Harper is back. Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals with Call It What It Is, which is an album. He was on our cover back in the day.
Yeah,
he was one of the first kind of like mainstream guys talking about faith. That
I like him. Chandler, do you like him?
Too young.
I do remember him being on the cover, but I don't think I've ever listened to his
Channing
music.
Tatum.
You were like
So sorry.
13 then, so.
he wasn't allowed to listen to secular music.
Yeah.
That's right.
Frightened Rabbit's coming out with a painting of a panic attack, which is why what Eddie had yesterday, which is why we weren't able to record on.
Well,
Totally.
for a lot of people, that's a magic eye because they can't see it. And they think something's
Painting
wrong
of a
with their
panic
eyes.
attack. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Very nice.
But Frightened Rabbit is a great band.
I love that band.
M83 is coming out with Junk. I mean, their album is called Junk. I'm not saying that.
okay.
That's not my review of the album. I'm just saying,
Wow, that was. Let's hear a clip.
Won't Pitchfork be so proud of themselves though when they review it and they're like, one word, junk. Okay,
Nice.
unfollow. Chandler, thoughts on DC Talk, just real quick.
Jesus Freak was actually, this is interesting. Jesus Freak was one of my favorite songs in the mid-90s.
Well.
But Cameron told my mom that I shouldn't be allowed to listen to it because you couldn't understand some of the lyrics. And so I wasn't allowed to listen
Now
to it.
that
Oh, interesting
There is
twist.
Because of Cameron.
there is just
Okay, hang on. The objection was that they weren't singing clearly enough.
Yeah.
And so they might be saying something bad, or he just didn't think
yeah.
that was
it
good
might
production.
not be
Right.
edifying.
I saw
so.
a man with a tat on his bit. Right, it's hard to understand when he's doing it really fast.
Yeah, and wiggled around like marmalade jelly. Like,
Yeah.
who knows
Yeah,
what that means?
yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know?
It took
Right,
me a
just
while.
garbage.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Took me a while.
It's
Cameron
like,
made the
it's
right
like the
call.
new Muppets. It's not appropriate
Right.
for children.
All of a sudden,
I love that this moment right here of you saying that you liked DC Talk will now determine that Eddie will always be nice to you as opposed to Jeremiah. There must have been some moment where Eddie decided in his brain,
was a-
I don't like Jeremiah.
yeah.
So Chandler, did you hide DC Talk
I sure
CDs
did.
under your bed? Because
Yeah.
if you did,
I get it behind your
gotta
back.
say,
Yeah, man.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way.
That
The
and
thing-
audio adrenaline.
That is the lamest thing ever.
Yeah, I know.
The thing that Channing Tatum doesn't know was he was standing there at a fork in the road, and he had no idea what an important fork it was. But now, best friends for life.
Right, you made the right call.
You did it. Well done, Channing.
Also coming out, The Lumineers with Cleopatra. And I am so excited about this one. Gallant. His
Yes.
LP, Ology, is coming out.
Ology?
Ology.
I understand.
Just trust me, it's going to be.
I'm sure it's awesome.
It will be on our top 10 albums of the year.
I have literally checked iTunes like every couple of days, like hoping that they just release it early for no explained reason because I have like so anticipated this
Hey
album.
guys, let's hear a clip.
Yes, I hope nothing's wrong with Oprah. She doesn't look well.
Ain't nothing wrong with Oprah. I seen Oprah on hard copy last week with a picture of her. Got a tall, young, strong gentleman named Stedman, so handsome.
Hercules! All right, you got that one?
Movie's coming out on Friday, April 8th.
Perfect.
The Boss, Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Bell, that one where she's the...
Love her.
She's the kind of Martha Stewart figure,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
most powerful, richest woman in America,
Yeah.
loses everything, rebuilds her empire through Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
So
she plays one character, don't care, think it's funny every time.
Yeah,
Me
but
too.
the thing is, like, that has me a little nervous. Like, the marketing materials, or at least the commercials
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen,
Oh,
have
yeah.
been like the hardest R-rated comedy ever, or something.
I know, that is a little hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm nervous that it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Well, like Eddie dabbling in the Larry Sanders Show, I have started watching
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I hate that show.
I've never seen it,
I
and I
love it.
want to know
I
why
love
people
it.
are so obsessed with it. But Melissa McCarthy is in it,
Yeah,
and
she's
an
great.
actress from Mad TV. Remember the Mad TV lady that played the Asian woman?
Yeah.
You know, that would always go
Yeah.
through the drive-through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's like the voice of on Family Guy.
Yeah, Lois.
Anyways, there's some funny people in there.
Yeah, the Gilmore Girls is fantastic.
I know it's awesome. They just talk so fast that I am exhausted by the end
It's
of
like
an episode.
it's like DC Talk rapping.
You don't know
little
what they're
too
saying.
fast.
You
You
don't know what
don't know what to say.
subliminal
This
devil
off
messages
camera.
they're planning in your head.
That's right. All of a sudden, is it which Ewan McGregor are we listening to?
Eight-year-olds should not watch Gilmore Girls. That's the lesson. Here we go. Also coming out, Hardcore Henry, Tim Roth, Charlotte Copley. It's a first action film from the eyes of Henry. So it's like like one of those like shooter
like the
games.
first
That's Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
but
yes.
but it's not a game that you can do anything. Yeah,
Yeah, or Doom.
Oh, yeah.
It's two incredibly dated first-person shooter references, but yes, just like that.
Even Halo 3 would have been a little bit more current, but we picked.
Even Halo 3, a game that's 10 years old.
We had to pick one that had to load with us 4 3/4-inch floppy disks into your dad's Dell.
Yeah.
That's what we decided to use.
you're playing DC Talk raps in the background, and
Oh yeah,
Great game, though.
Just love it. I got a hot pocket.
Duke 'em.
I'm a carnivore still.
also
Nukem.
coming out, Demolition, Jake Gyllenhaal's new film about a successful investment banker struggling after losing his wife in a tragic car crash. Naomi Watts is also in it.
He's someone who's always fun to watch. Even if
Yeah, I like
the
that
movie's not that great, he's always fun to watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Also coming out, Louder Than Bombs, Jesse Eisenberg. His new one. It's about a fractious family of a father and his 2 sons confronting their different feelings and memories of their deceased wife and mother, a famed war
I
photographer.
just started to not like him because I saw the Superman movie.
Yeah, I know.
So, what did y'all think about Superman versus Batman?
Here's the thing. I actually enjoy movies that aren't great. Like, I'll go watch Transformers and be like, oh, this is fine. I'll accept
First
it.
one. The first one I liked.
Yeah. But, man, it was rough. Ben Affleck did a great job. I want him to do well, and he did.
Yeah.
But the movie was just kind of...
The best thing about that movie was that clip that made the rounds on the internet of sad Ben
my
Affleck
gosh.
doing the interview.
Yeah.
I mean, it just forever branded that film.
Yeah, totally. And that was, man, the film was rough. And Jesse Eisenberg was super annoying. You know, it was just like a bad version of Mark Zuckerberg meets the Joker.
He is kind of a one-trick pony, isn't
Yeah.
he? And to a fault of his. Like, he's got
Right.
like a tone that is so inescapable.
And that's the thing, though. When it works, it's Nicolas Cage.
Right.
When it works, it totally works, and it's awesome and fun to watch. But when it doesn't, it's just a train wreck.
Channing Tatum, what do you think about Nick Cage?
I don't really have any opinion on him, to be honest.
Solid. That was good. Good answer.
He's Belgium when it comes to Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, you just lost
There are
Jesse.
very few people who don't have very strong opinions about Nick Cage.
You really are. You
You
really
are
either
the
vehement
minority.
hatred or just,
I
adoring
appreciate
love.
what he's done for the internet, with like the memes and everything.
Yeah,
He's a human meme at this point.
He's
Yeah.
contributed to society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Okay, that'll do it for entertainment releases. In case you missed it, and your get to know you and people leaving. Stay tuned. Up next, Slices. Listening to DVSN, song is Hallucinations. It's a lot like Party Next Door and Maggie Jordan, all those guys from OVO. Good stuff. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Peter, Bjorn, and John with Breaking Point. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
I was going to have someone prank call in to pretend to be Toby Mac and stage a reunion for Eddie. But there
would've
was
been
no way I could try to do it with that. It wasn't going to end up totally dumb. Like after like in my mind, I kept like running through it and like things that could be said. It would be dumb within about 10 seconds.
I would have bought that hook, line, and sinker.
It also would have ruined Eddie's life.
I would have been fanboying out for
If you
15 minutes.
A subtle twang, a little subtle twang,
That's the thing. I
but
had
a little
no
hip hop
idea.
edge as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all you
yeah.
got to get in the dialect.
That's the thing. I had no idea, like, because I was thinking, like, okay, who can I call to like to be my Toby Mac impersonator?
Right.
Which is, what does Toby Mac sound like? Well, maybe Eddie doesn't know. So maybe
I know
it
what
could
he
have
sounds
worked.
like because he left me a voicemail once when we were having
You
our,
snubbed him,
when we were having
didn't you?
our
Or
feud.
he snubbed you.
Many, many, many times. And then once his label got all upset, they made him call me to apologize.
remember
When I
this.
saw the 615 number hit my phone, of course I wasn't going to answer it. It went to voicemail. I have a voicemail from Toby Mac. So I know exactly what he sounds like.
Did you save it?
And it really it started out like this. Yo, yo, yo.
No.
Honestly, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
So I'm glad Jesse, I could have helped you prep for this.
Yeah, I know. I should have. That
would have really
maybe.
crushed
Yeah,
me.
well, you could have helped me identify a Toby Mac impersonator. But again, in my mind, I'm like, okay, he will call and break the news to Eddie that they're reuniting, and then it's just going to get awkward for.
Well, then
for
Eddie would start
that,
crying.
Yeah,
Right.
well, by
Just,
Eddie,
you know
Eddie slowly leaves. So the first one, I have a April Fool's slice I'm going to do after this one. But this one I do feel like people need to know because it's sort of an update about something we've been talking about. Mythbusters is coming back. To the Science Channel after it's being, ended after 14 seasons on Discovery. So the Science Channel wants to bring back Mythbusters for the next generation, but they need 2 new hosts.
What? Jesse, you got to do it.
Oh,
They need
man.
2 new hosts,
Me
and
and
they're
you.
turning to the people.
Jesse, it has to be you.
They are
This is
taking
your
right now
risk.
video
Take your risk.
submissions of
Jesse.
people that can perform experiments that are curious, and they put one of the stipulations is do not mind being embarrassed on national TV because we've all. I think in my mind they're probably getting rid of like the silicone dummy.
Right.
That does all the humiliating stuff, like gets weird goos thrown at him and everything. I think in the new one, because they're not having like celebrity like actual hosts. They're just people that were selected that they're just going to humiliate them with the experiments, which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
You are.
anyone.
Jesse, you can't leave the podcast, obviously, but we also have to have you
I feel like it'd be foolish not to try. This
Jesse,
is the risk thing. This is why I picked this story.
Let's
guys.
just be honest about you for a second. You love science, you're funny, you're handsome, and you're millennial. You are made for this show.
Primarily, though, handsome.
He's
primarily
very
handsome.
good looking.
Very good looking.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Distractingly good looking.
Yeah.
They're
but
looking
tall.
for
You're
this is what
perfect for TV.
this is
Tall,
what
dark, and handsome.
the network said they're looking for. An all new generation of myth busting science superstars
Done.
with mind blowing building skills, which I
Bingo.
have 0 of.
No,
That's
you
true.
are,
No, he's
You
terrible.
have incredible building
No, he's
skills.
terrible
This
at
is
it.
going out into
And
the world
nerves
right now.
of
So
steel.
this is like this is sell yourself time.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
incredible building skills. His Science Channel.
He's got a national platform. He'd bring an audience with him.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Jesse,
That's right. What more do you want? So they're gonna pick a handful of finalists, and actually the first season will be a show called "Searching for the Next MythBusters," where you're in competition
Jesse.
with these other
like The
losers
Bachelorette
trying to
for-
take your dream job.
For nerds.
You have to do this, Jesse.
It's a bachelorette for nerds.
If I do this, I mark my words. I hope they're not still listening. I'm sabotaging every other contestant on this show.
But that's part of it.
The dream is mine and mine alone.
How would you sabotage them?
I mean, whatever nerdy project they're building, I would just sneak back on set and break it in the night or something. Oh, look, must have been a windstorm over here.
They're just laying down on the ground and they're just covered in all of their like project materials and they're just crying and you just whisper in their ear, myth busted.
Yeah, no. What would you make? Oh, cool. I made a blowtorch that can destroy nerdy inventions. You want to see it in action?
So you wouldn't go on MythBusters to bully the
No.
earnest
I want to
science
go on
fans.
MythBusters to win the hosting job. If it takes me bullying out the
No,
other contestants, so be it. This
the
is
myth. The myth is that there's anyone better than Jesse to host it.
Yeah.
He's gonna bust it.
Yeah.
Myth
It's true.
busted.
That's right.
That's true. I
So
like it.
just a little word of advice from someone who actually did audition for a reality television
Bachelorette?
show.
Which show? What show?
No.
The Bachelorette.
What show?
No.
Joe?
I was
Bachelor.
living in LA and simultaneously
No.
the Project Runway and then Tommy Hilfiger was doing a show exactly the same called The Cut. They both came out at the same time. I made it to the semifinals of being on, to be on it. So I
On
went
The Cut?
down and
Really?
what?
Like for
On the-
fashion?
On the
For
cut?
fashion, yeah. Because at the time I was living in LA and I was about to go to FITM, the Fashion Institute down there. I know. Anyways, but the
life.
thing was, they were all designers, and I was going to FITM for product development, and that was my pitch. I go, every reality television show needs a Christian, and also I have no design background, but I will work really hard, and
I'm not qualified. I won't fit in.
Yeah. And also
But so anyways, I'm meeting with the producers and they're like, okay, but this is going to be really intense. And let's say you're designing something and all the other people have way more experience than you and they get in your face and they just make fun of you or they, try to just bring you down. They just kept asking that. I'm like, it's a reality television show. Like, I'm just going to give it my all. I'm not going to get upset, and they kept pushing me and trying to see if I would, fight back or do something.
Which is what they
conniving,
want.
like Jesse's talking about. What?
Which is what they want.
yeah, they wanted to see if you're the crazy one.
And
want
so that's
drama.
why I start thinking, I'm like, okay, so they kind of want the crazy person. So all of a sudden on camera, because they're filming you now. Now it's not like a written application. They're filming me. And I go, I guess if someone really got in my face, I wouldn't be afraid to throw down. And I went like that.
No
like I took
joy.
And I visibly like watched the producer's faces just like drop, and they were like, because now they have on camera that I would be violent, and so they were like, okay, well, thank you for your time. And then I went like, so they want to know that you're a little crazy, Jesse. They want to know you're crazy. But
that's the thing. That's a good pro tip, because I was going to start the application with threats of violence. But so thank you, tip number one. Yeah. The other thing is, look, they want drama. And here's the other thing, every reality, they need the Christian, they need the guy that they get to select one item to bring on the show. He brings the Bible or the DC Talk CD or whatever.
One of those things will actually be helpful.
Let's be honest here, there's probably someone that's going to do a better job representing the faith than me. I would do my best.
Right.
But they also need a villain. They need the bad guy. Yes. They need the guy that's in there that everyone wants off the show, but he's too darn good. It comes down to the final round, and it's between the underdog that kept quiet for like the first 7 episodes, kind of forgot was part of the show, then slowly rose through the ranks. And then he had a tragedy happen and had to leave the show for like a week. Right. And he came back on, he was like the hero, and everyone's rallying around him. Then they have the seething villain in the corner who doesn't care, who has no sympathy, who thinks he should have just stayed home when his family dog died. Because we're going for a dream here, dude.
Right.
And it's going to meet him in the Battle Royale Mythbusters finale. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. That's my pitch. This is must-see TV. Did I make any friends on the show? No, I didn't come here to make any friends. But by the way, I have none. So that's okay. Myth busted.
But if you become a reality TV star, you're going to have that tagline that you say at the beginning, like Real Housewives has.
Oh, yeah.
What would yours be, Jesse? Like when they show you on screen and your name on screen, like your voice would say this statement.
Yeah. Something really ominous and inappropriate.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm all kinds of crazy.
The show is mine now, or something like that. Something that's just going to make people very uncomfortable. And why did they let this guy on? This is not really
yourself,
the vibe of the show.
How far is too far?
But you know what's going to happen, Jesse, is once you become host and you become famous, you're going to have to start a Vine just like the Property Brothers, and you're going to be the man that you hate.
Well, that's the thing. I'm going to start cross-branding myself and explore different lanes. By the way, do you see the Property Brothers release a country song?
Yes. Yeah. I saw them perform it on their show.
They played it on the show?
Yeah. They had this show, the Property Brothers, like going home or going west or whatever, and they went back to their Canadian Rockies.
Going without a G on
like
the
they
end.
grew up on the ranch lands or whatever, and they redid a family friend's house. And they ended it, the whole little mini series, it's like a series of like 6. The culmination, when they finally revealed the home to their longtime family friend, as we also wrote this song for you. And everybody's gathered around, and they started singing this song.
Hold on, I'm coming home, it's been too long, way too long, so I'm coming home to you.
Hey, can we talk about my theory that I just came up with because of what we've been talking with? There's only one Property Brother. He's playing 2 parts.
Oh, yeah, because the whole thing of like, no, but they're on screen at the same time. I mean, that's just. So is Freaky Friday.
Where there's technology, they can split those screens.
They can do it.
It's actually a stuntman with face swap.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What you're saying is there's only one Mythbusters, but that brings the whole facade crumbling down, because what you're suggesting is this.
Yeah.
That there was like an executive at HGTV that came up with this idea that we can't just have a handsome realtor / contractor. We have to have the gimmick. We have to have like their twin brothers, right?
Yeah.
And in order to do it, we have to have like the world's fine. Like you're saying that this guy, whoever is playing Drew and John or whatever,
Scott, right?
Scott, the Scott brothers,
Bingo and Charlie.
that he is some like classically trained English thespian.
Yeah, right.
That this is the role of a lifetime.
Let me just respond to
He's a triple threat. He can sing as well.
Let me just respond to your statement with this. I think someone found his first myth.
Triple threat being acting, singing, construction.
Prove it untrue on the show, my friend. Prove that there are 2 Property Brothers. I don't know how you're going to do it.
I pitched them. Listen, so the myth I'm busting is that Property Brothers are 2 Canadian handsome contractor / realtors, and not an English thespian that's been pulling the wool over the world's eyes for decades. They're like, we're kind of more looking for like a science-y thing. Oh, well, I was going to see how many cotton balls I could put in my mouth. Were you interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a rabbit hole that some of our listeners may want to go down. There is a performance artist slash hoax Banksy type of figure that has emerged in New York that goes by the name Zardulu. Zardulu's gotten some coverage recently in the Gothamist, on Reply All. The New York Times just did a feature on Zardulu. So basically, the story of Zardulu starts when an actor in New York replied to an ad to be a part of some sort of viral video promotion that he knew nothing about. He went to the address, which was some sort of weird warehouse space in Brooklyn that he described as a combination between a lab with like beakers and everything and some sort of art studio. And there he met a strange woman who looked like she was from another time, who had a small army of trained rats and all kinds of insane props.
What?
She commissioned him to be a part of a viral video where he would sit on a subway and a rat would walk up to him while he was pretending to sleep and take a selfie on his phone. She had orchestrated the whole thing and actually trained the rat to do this. And the idea was to create a viral video like Pizza Rat. It worked. Selfie Rat made the rounds on the internet and local TV news. She also pulled off another one where she hired another actor to go fishing, and she had actually taxidermied catfish with 3 eyes that were pulled out of the Brooklyn River. So she's been pulling all of these. Some people have even speculated that she's actually behind Pizza Rat. The viral video.
Needs to get a job with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, for real.
But the thing is, she doesn't really have, this isn't like, the weird and kind of creepy thing is, this isn't like a joke to her. She's not doing this for like amusement reasons. She's doing it as some sort of high-minded art project that is going to challenge the way people think about myths. Her persona.
She working with Shia LaBeouf because this is like the exact same thing he's doing.
It is very Shia LaBeouf-like. On Twitter, she explained that myths came before art, before written word and even language. Myths are the building blocks which the imagination and creativity are built. All kind of these weird, a little esoteric ideas about myths that she's putting out on Twitter. No one knows who she is. There's some speculation that it's a prank by actors at the UCB, the comedy outfit there in New York. But the people that have worked with her have repeatedly said that she's planning on something very big and is playing with the idea of reality and myth and is going to play it out in the streets of New York. So it's a really weird and interesting story.
She's David Blaine. I have a question. I have a question. How do people like this make a living? Like how is this possible?
It starts with rich parents.
Trust fund.
You think? I know there's endowment for the arts and stuff like that, but this is so obscure. But how do you have rent money for that massive warehouse in Brooklyn? I mean, like, this costs money.
Right.
Well, I think that's what's intriguing about it is she's like a real life weird supervillain with like no origin story.
That's true.
Like, we know that she lives in some sort of lair in New York that it's like the Joker.
It's like the Joker. We call her Rat Man, right?
Yeah.
Well, she has her picture. Like I said, it sounds like, she's pulling these funny sort of pranks, but they're not really pranks as much as they are sort of, toying with the media because there's no really joke to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Even her picture, that her avatar on Twitter is super creepy. She's wearing this strange mask with long hair, and she has a staff, and at the end of the staff is a rat eating its own tail.
So weird.
It's very weird.
What a fun little April Fool's quick little slice.
Hilarious. Research Zardulu. It's a strange thing. And if you're in New York and you see something happening that could be the work of trained rats, you may be witnessing the work of a real life supervillain.
I think it's all connected. I think the person behind Zardulu is also the person behind the Property Brothers myth. It's all happening. Because
there is a myth theme running through this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this.
You know whose job it is to bust up this whole racket?
You, Buster.
The next host, the Mythbuster. So watch out, Zardulu.
All right, what do you have, Joy?
All right. Well, as I'm sure you guys recall, I've been doing a travel theme of slices. I had the traveling with Netflix. I had Iceland Air last week. And so now Matt and I have bought our first house, and we've been thinking about Airbnb in our basement. And so this week's slice is about Airbnb. And my lead-in question, folks, is what's like the weirdest place you've ever slept? Or have you slept outside under the stars? I guess that's not that weird, but...
Chandler sleeps in his piano. He doesn't have a bed.
That's true, because he eats his Hot Pockets. Anybody, any weird sleeping places?
When I was on tour in my band, the sophomore temp, the band I was in.
What was it called again?
It's called the sophomore temp.bandcamp.com. We just wouldn't plan where we were going to stay. We would just at the venue, like for the 8 people that showed up, be like, hey, if anyone's got a place to, let us crash, that'd be dope. And so we ended up at a lot of weird places. This one place I think we ended up was a cult.
A cult?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. This girl had come to the show. We did our "Can we stay with you" thing. She's like, "Yeah, I got a big place with I got a couple different houses, and
you stayed with Zardulu."
Yeah, we're all like all the houses
one
are like
dad and 8 moms
are all in the same area. We have a lot of bunk beds.
Oh.
And so we were like, "Oh, cool, that's great."
It's like a dorm.
So all 4 bands that were on tour all went to, because normally we'd split off. We'd all go find places. But so 25 people, band members and crew showed up to this house, and it was like 3 or 4 just mobile home trailers all in a circle. And in the middle of it was a big bonfire pit.
Cool.
And then they just had literally inside was just bunk beds, and they made like spaghetti in a vat. And then there was like a lot of women there, and there was one guy. There was one guy.
I was right.
And
wow.
and we all like it was weird. It was weird. And we ate spaghetti for breakfast the next morning too. But not leftover. They made it again.
No.
Yeah, they made spaghetti again the next morning.
So you're saying you stay with some sort of weird spaghetti cult?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I got to be honest, doesn't sound that ominous.
They call themselves saucers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to tell you, no one can top that. That is so weird.
I went camping once.
I might be able to.
It.
One time I was playing in Jacksonville with one of my bands.
Well, that's your problem right there.
Yeah. She slept in Jacksonville.
So it was like a little festival, and some of the people who were a part of organizing the festival offered. We had mentioned that we didn't have a place to stay. They offered that we could stay with at their parents' house, who were out of town.
Oh,
they
cool.
were house sitting.
Yeah.
So we get to this place. It's a really nice house, like huge yard on the river, St. John's River.
Was it a big house?
It was a big house.
Was the yard
lots and lots of room?
Was the yard big enough to play football in?
Yeah, it was actually.
Touchdown.
Lots of room.
Yeah, you think Captain Crunch is in hell or whatever?
We as we're walking up, the guy turns around and he's like, "Just so you know, my parents are kind of messy." And we're like, "Okay." So we walk in, and no joke, it could be on an episode of Hoarders, like rooms that you could not even walk in because it was completely full of stuff.
I don't think
And you're
that
like,
guy.
kind of messy?
No, like one room had a grand piano in it, which one of our
You're like,
one of
I'll
the
sleep
dudes
there.
found.
I'll sleep there.
No, he like found it the next day. He had to like climb through these stacks of and it wasn't even things. It was like garbage that they would like stack,
Right.
Like styrofoam cups from 7-Eleven stacked in the windowsill.
Gross.
Wow.
That's
That
so
is
fascinating
insane.
because usually it's just like one person that has
It was
that problem.
it was
but
a
they
couple.
Found each other.
It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, see, that's worse than my story.
The roaches.
Yeah, I got spaghetti in
There's
a.
bugs everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah, like in the kitchen. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I had
Well,
spaghetti
Joy,
in a
I-
bunk
I'm-
bed. Moral of the story: don't be a musician.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
All right, Joy.
Well, Chitty Chandler and Jeremiah, I think I have found a night's rest that will be better than both of those situations.
Can I ask one question real quick, Joy?
Yeah.
Does sleeping overnight count or just dozing off? Because numerous conference rooms I've slept in.
At the relevant offices.
I mean, church sanctuaries, more times I can count. The back of classrooms. One time while operating a motor vehicle. Oh, man. Too many to even know.
On a Sea-Doo.
On a jet ski one time. Long day, ran out of gas, bobbing around for a while.
How'd you guys come up with that at the same time? You couldn't hear each other, and you both went jet ski. It was amazing.
Well, so anyways, right now, if any of you or a listener applies on Airbnb, you can sleep for one night at the Paris Aquarium in a room submerged in 35 sharks as your neighbors.
No
You're
way.
in a clear glass room with a bed for 2 people, and they provide you with shampoo and conditioner and toilet paper, which I'm a little confused because I'm like, if you're providing toilet paper, that means there's also a toilet in this clear glass room. So they're going to pick 3 winners, and they will pay for your flight to get there, and you will have your sleepover either on the 11th, 12th, or the 13th, or if the people sleeping over on the 11th get eaten, the 12th and the 13th probably won't happen. And you can apply here. This is like kind of unrelated, but the most fascinating part to me of the situation is that the application process, you have to tell Airbnb why you should be picked for this. And Americans, most people I think get 50 to 550 characters. That's the limit of explaining why you should get picked. 50 seems like very small amount of characters. Yeah. For Chinese people, Japanese, and Koreans, they have only a maximum of 300 characters. Like, why that specification?
Because their language is better.
Yeah, they can say more in less characters.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that just feels like such a weird stipulation to me.
I don't
Here's my question. True. If you win, do you have to stay in the Shark Tank, or can you just take the flights and get an Airbnb?
Oh, yeah, cool things. I definitely don't stay in that weird Shark Tank. Only a
free
weirdo.
trip to Paris.
Yeah.
Hey, once you land, you can get lost.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, they're like, he should be here by now.
Joy, let me ask you this. Are they looking for a possible villain role for this?
If you can explain why you should be a good villain in the
layer.
That would be a good layer for Rat Lady.
Yeah. That is it.
All right, what do you have, Eddie?
I'm going to yield a second of my slice time to ask Channing Tatum another quick question. Every time you stretch, you have tattoos on your arms, and it says Carpe Diem.
It does.
The question for you is, who did you get that tattoo for?
Well, I lived in Australia briefly. And
of course you did.
Honestly, I just wanted to get a tattoo.
Because it's interesting because you have it so that I can read it.
Yeah.
If you read it, it says DM Carpe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just wanted to bring up that point.
Because it's one word on either arm.
But it's hard to figure out. Like, did you make it for you, which would have been like your left arm and then your right arm? But it's
not really. I don't know, man.
Well, it looks cool.
You're thinking about it way more than he ever has.
Yeah.
Right.
It was basically like, I want to get a tattoo. And that works.
And
Carpe Diem is the tattoo to get. If
it was either Carpe Diem or a dolphin jumping over a moon.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah.
Sunset.
Yeah. Cameron talked him out of YOLO.
Carpe Diem and the Tasmanian Devil running around the University of Florida logo, please.
He got.
That will be a back piece. You're correct.
He got Thug Life arched on his abs.
So right. All right. Well, I'll go quick through my slides because I used a little bit of my time. I will say that Microsoft has done a little social experiment that has gone very wrong. They created a Twitter bot, so kind of it's
smarter child.
It's a Twitter persona that is connected to basically a computer, and the idea was that the computer would learn and become a more sophisticated Twitter user based on how people interacted.
Wasn't there
with
an
it.
80s Saturday morning sitcom where like the child was actually a robot?
It was
I'm sure there was.
My Life the Robot or something like that.
No, it was called A Small Wonder.
Small Wonder.
Small Wonder.
And it was about a middle-aged man who created like a 12-year-old girl android robot that was indistinguishable from human. Nothing creepy about that idea.
Yeah, we actually have a clip of it. Go for it.
Yeah, let's hear a clip.
I would like to volunteer to take this old bird out of her misery.
Cletus, don't you dare say something like that about Mom.
Oh, no, you ain't got to protect me from Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Come on. Come over here. Come on in. Let's show walk. Come over. Then you're going to limp back. You walk over, but you're limping back.
That was the same era where like sitcoms had to have a gimmick.
Yeah.
And they're like, how about this one? Major Dad. Well, what's the premise? Emotionally distant military fathers. Oh, this is hilarious. Great idea.
So anyhow, this
Coach,
Twitter...
Hey, Coach, well, am I reading this right? Is he a coach? He is. Green light. Like, you had to have like a weird gimmick for that period. Thank God for shows like the Larry Sanders Show, which were just weird and meta. You know. That's just an obvious
So
gimmick.
Twitter's kicking it old school is what we're saying.
Well, but
Small
Microsoft-
Wonder paved the way.
But yeah, so Microsoft tried to create this Twitter bot named Tay that would actually learn from us and be a reflection, but also get smarter and smarter. So it was an interesting kind of sociological experiment. And quote, the Twitter bot went full Nazi in under 24 hours.
Wait, is it scanning Twitter?
It is everything that people are saying to it. It's
Twitter, to Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
it's fully Twitter.
So it's not like just out in the internet. It's
So people have the opportunity to make it say anything. So you could tweet to it and say, at Tay or whatever its name was, say this. And it would say it. But it would also learn that that's what people want to say. So it starts to learn on its own, and it blew up.
Yeah, we saw Small Wonder.
Went viral. It said,
remember that episode where she became a
Chandler
Nazi?
didn't see Small Wonder because she talked too fast.
It literally, after 15 hours, said things that I cannot quote to or hint to on the show.
Oh, wow.
Like, I can't even, but I mean, it made...
Was it people saying to it, say this?
Yes, except that then it starts to get
It
smarter.
learned.
And it starts to realize what people are asking it to say, and it starts to make
it's just
connections.
proactively saying
So
it.
it's starting to bring up, it's doing like a defense. No, it's like ripping on Black Lives Matter. It's
No
talking
way.
about and the thing basically goes completely berserk. And then they shut it down.
And then they shut it down.
Yeah. Then they immediately as soon as it started to go nuts, they shut it
It
down.
was just saying vile things.
It was DMing people completely disgusting messages. Like,
What?
But it was like crazy because we all talk about like Bodie McBoatface last week and how the Twitter, but I'm like, I guess I wasn't surprised at all, but I would have loved to have been surprised by this story because like maybe it's just talking about like positivity and rainbows and sunshine, but it's like in under 24 hours, it literally became the most
the
offensive.
worst of human nature.
Right.
Yeah.
So then not Twitter, but Microsoft shuts it down and says like, well, it looks like the experiment's over. And just said like, this is what you were saying. So they're doing some testing on it throughout the week, and they accidentally fire it up again and turn it on real quick.
So they made an unkillable.
Again.
They made an unkillable Nazi Twitter bot.
Again, that was the season 2 cliffhanger of Small Wonder.
And within like an hour of it being on again, it is bragging about smoking Kush in front of police officers. I mean, it is absolutely going.
When Small Wonder did that, then the screen went to be continued. Yeah.
So, and that's basically what happened. So then they turned it off again and made the profile private so that nobody could get on it. But I just thought, what an interesting reflection of us that people, because like I would have thought it was funny to have it say something, but the fact is that it learned vile stuff.
But so were people saying like it was a big prank, everybody was in on it, and they were saying the worst things to it to see if it would say it?
Yes.
Okay, well then,
but even as a prank, like the things it was
but why
saying.
can't the prank be more like harmless and funny? Not
Right.
You know.
Like why couldn't it? Like,
That's the internet for you.
Like why wouldn't it have been like doing like that like song lyrics that everybody like bombs whatever that guy's name
Rick Astley.
yeah that kind of junk.
Never
I
gonna
would've been
give you
like,
up.
the Property Brothers song, their new hit single.
You could have made it do anything and learn anything, and it was just inundated with.
What if it only like talked about Property Brothers?
Right.
Like like that
Right.
was like it was just
Now
got
that's funny.
obsessed with
That
Property
would've been
Brothers.
worse
That would've been
I can
that
save
would've
you
been worse.
$10,000 by doing the fiberglass molding.
I'm just more concerned that these experts at Microsoft accidentally switched it back on.
Right, they're doing testing on it.
That's the scariest part.
Right.
Okay, what's the one thing we don't do with that self-aware killer internet Nazi we made?
Yeah.
Make sure you do not turn it back on. You know what?
Oh, no.
You were saying don't turn it back on.
19,000 notifications. We got a problem here.
Can I make one more point to reiterate Cameron's point about how insane the 80s were with shows like Small Wonder?
Yeah, please.
The pitch meeting for Alf. Can you just imagine what that was? Like a guy, like the writer's like, so yeah, he's got the kid robot idea, the coach one. Alien lives with the family. So
And let me ask you about this an alien like E.T.?
yeah, no, it's a furry alien. No, it needs something more. He eats cats. I love it.
He's wisecracking. He's a little guy in a furry outfit.
Oh.
Tell me more. Best idea I've ever heard. We're giving you 8:30 and 9 o'clock every Thursday night. Here's $5 million.
All right, well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Run River North.
What's up with my face? Is it too late? Or is it gonna change? If I let myself
You're listening to Frankie Cosmos. Indie pop outfit Run River North has just released their follow-up album to their 2014 self-titled debut. It's called Drinking from a Salt Pond. On this one, they worked with producer Lars Stolfers, who did Cold War Kids, Deep Valley, Matt and Kim. And they leave behind their familiar folksy roots to craft an ambitious rock album. Run River North, you might have seen them on Jimmy Kimmel Live, VH1, Last Call with Carson Daly, other shows as well. And now they're on the Relevant Podcast, performing live in our studio. Here is Run River North.
Trees grow where the ground's alright, die old in the middle of the night. Roots of my hands to reach, cut me down where the water meets the sea. And my eyes were the first to find 29 in the middle of the night. Words in my head to sleep, keep me up until the body disagrees. 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 Your words are cold like the wind, they hold no weight around me. Let go, you're telling me to let go. I know the shadows are the only one. I know the shadows are the only one. The trees grow where the ground's alright, die old in the middle of the night. Words in my head to sleep, keep me up until the body disagrees. Keep me up until the body disagrees. Your words are cold like the wind, they hold no weight around me. Let go, you're telling me to let go. I know the shadows are the only ones. Your words are cold like the wind, they hold no weight around me. Let go, you're telling me to let go. I know the shadows are the only one. I know it's home, I know it hurts, I know I'll end up at the bottom of your dirt. What if I leave, never become? What if the sea leads me straight to the sun? I know it's home, I know it hurts, I know I'll end up at the bottom of your dirt. What if I leave, never become? What if the sea leads me straight to the sun? Words are cold like the wind, they hold no weight around me. Let go, you're telling me to let go. I know the shadows are the only ones. Your words are cold like the wind, they hold no weight around me. Let go, you're telling me to let go. I know the shadows are the only ones.
That was Run River North. Stay tuned. Up next, Jamie Tworkowski. Listening to Need to Breathe. The song is Happiness, which is exactly what their fans are feeling right now with their new song coming out. This week's feature interview is brought to you by Squarespace, the best way to build a website on the internet. Your website will look professionally designed regardless of your skill level. No coding is required. It's intuitive, it has easy-to-use tools, and you get a free domain if you sign up for a year. You can start your free trial site today when you go to squarespace.com, but if you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use the offer code RELEVANT to get 10% off your first purchase. Jamie Tworkowski is the founder of To Write Love in Our Arms, a nonprofit organization dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. Last year, he also released his first book called If You Feel Too Much, and it's awesome. He's been a longtime friend of the show and relevant, and our stories kind of go way back. So right now, To Write Love is celebrating their 10-year anniversary, and we thought it'd be a lot of fun to have him on the show and talk to us about that journey. Here is my conversation with Jamie Tworkowski. Well, dude, congrats on the 10-year anniversary of To Write Love on Our Arms.
Thank you, man.
Is it hit you that it's been a decade that you've been doing this?
It's wild, obviously people have been asking that in different settings, and in some ways it's gone by really fast, and in other ways I'm aware that a lot has happened. I do think an important place to start is to note that the first To Write Love on Our Arms t-shirt was designed at Relevant.
That is
so
true.
Maybe in some legal realm you actually own this whole thing. I don't know.
Our designer Corey Westerhold, I believe his name was, buddy of yours.
Yes.
Was helping you out do this campaign. Tell the listeners who are hearing about To Write Love, just in like recent history, tell them about that early, like what was it? Tell us how this started back in 2006.
Yeah, so at the time I was working as a sales rep for Hurley. I was part of a church community in Orlando, obviously where you're from, where you guys are based, and was introduced to a girl who became my friend. Her name is Renee. She's still my friend today. Met Renee through a mutual friend, and when I met her, she was dealing with drug addiction, depression, self-injury, had attempted suicide, was denied entry into a local treatment center, and spent the next 5 days living at the house that I was living at. And we just kept her safe and did our best to, keep food on the table and make her smile and pass that time. And then we got her into treatment. And I wrote a story about the experience, and, Relevant, you guys also shared that. It was 850 words of Relevant, I believe it was called.
Yeah, our newsletter.
And then, had the idea to help pay for her treatment just by selling some t-shirts. And I think I maybe ordered 100, and that felt ambitious, just to be sold to friends and maybe at our church. And John Foreman from Switchfoot was the first one to wear one of those shirts. And it ended up obviously taking on a life of its own and becoming a bigger thing. And we just realized that Renee's story was one that represented a lot of different people really all over the world who could relate to pain, whether it was theirs or a family member, someone they had lost, someone they cared about, and didn't mean to start a charity and didn't expect to be working on it 10 years later.
But talk to me about that first, because I remember it. It was a young adults ministry here in Orlando called Status. Was John Tyson the pastor?
John Tyson, I think, started it.
Yeah.
AJ, who
Sherrill.
is up in New York.
Yeah.
AJ's up in New York with Trinity Grace.
That's right.
I think was the lead pastor at the time. And I really found a home there.
Yeah.
And, I grew up over on the beach, but I really found a home there. And so that was my community. And that was how I met David McKenna. And I rented a room from him in Orlando. And he became kind of a big brother to Renee. And she's a few years younger than me, but she had kind of found a home at that church as well.
And so, it went from, friends rallying around Renee and you, again, you got a full-time job at Hurley, you're doing well, you're connected in the surf scene, it's your passion. And then, you're just saying, we as a community, we as, a local, friends need to, raise money and help Renee get through treatment. You did that, obviously at a local level. John Foreman thought it was great. To support you, wore the shirt at a concert, and it got noticed by their fans. And so you were able to raise the money for Renee, and she went into treatment.
Yeah.
So what happened where it kept going? What was the transition where it went from this being a project to help our friend to whoa, this is way bigger than that?
Yeah, it was a whole range of emotions. Obviously, a lot of it was positive, a lot of it was really exciting, but part of it was was really scary and overwhelming. You know, I was being asked questions that I didn't have answers to. People were sharing really painful parts of their stories and opening up about things they had never talked about. And it just began to snowball. And basically the story kind of took on a life of its own, and people responded in writing. You know, people responded with comments and messages and emails. And then the T-shirts very much did the same. And so, as you mentioned, we realized quickly we were going to do more than, we were in a position to do more than just pay for Renee's treatment. And it was a couple months later, it was that summer of 2006 that I finally quit that Hurley job, which was a move that surprised a lot of people. But I felt like someone else would do my Hurley job and they would do it really well and they'd have a good life. And maybe I was being given this really unique opportunity that was hard to explain. You couldn't know if it would last 6 months or a year, but it felt like I could bring my heart to work, and maybe some people could end up getting help, maybe even staying alive. And it just felt like something that was worth rolling the dice on.
So it was like a month, maybe, that it was really about Renee. And then after that, the story of it all and the fact that more and more people were wanting to connect and wanting to, you know, like wear the shirts, and like they were asking, like they were reaching out. That's when it started to, for you, turn into like, I need to do this full time.
Yeah, I mean, I met Renee the end of February 2006. John wore the shirt on stage for the first time the end of March 2006. And I ended up quitting that Hurley job, I think, in June or July. So, you know, a couple months went by. And we had we kind of had a backwards beginning, because I feel like so many people have an idea, you know, they have a dream, they have a mission, but they don't have any money coming in, and they certainly don't have an audience. And we somehow had money coming in through T-shirt sales. We had a growing audience. Obviously, it started small before we ever called it a charity or even thought about that. So I feel like it's important to point that out to people when, you know, because obviously people love to know how something happened and maybe even how they could do something similar. So I'm aware that it's kind of 1 in a million, you know?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm one of the ones, I was one of the friends who thought you were crazy, you know, that like, not that what you were doing was crazy, but my thought, because like the earliest days of Relevant, because we only started a few years before you, well, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, like we had to do other stuff to pay the bills for years before Relevant itself could, like, you know, the magazine or whatever could stand on its own 2 feet. Like we did client work, web design, whatever. And so I thought, man, you got this job where you don't need, you know, like you could keep doing To Write Love. I thought you were crazy going full time. I was like, you know,
yeah.
But obviously it was bigger than any of us realized at the time. And, it was a huge risk, but it paid off. I guess I am digging into that because there's so many of our listeners who, you know, have a heart to start a nonprofit or start an organization or raise awareness about something, and so many of them aren't able to, you know, transition from it being a side hobby or a passion project to it being something that they can really devote their life to. And the fact that you were able to do that, you know, is not a small thing. That risk you took is massive. I mean, you were going into the unknown. Yeah, we're 10 years later looking back and they're like, wow, look how it worked out. But like, you were leaving a good job for something that could like be cool for a couple months and then go away, you know?
Totally. And we've all seen so many things come and go, because there was an element of a trend to it. You know, it was really the moment of MySpace, kind of the beginning of social media. We had, you know, a connection in kind of the alternative music, and certainly that kind of fringe, cornerstone, tooth and nail music realm, and so many things go away just as quick as they come. And I think the fact that I came from Hurley and even Quicksilver before that, I think it gave me permission to think about brands that do stick around. You know, obviously Hurley expects to be around a year from now and 10 years from now, and so I think it planted some seeds that maybe this conversation could last longer, and that if we did it right, we could build something that would be sustainable.
So you were really conscious of brand building. That is fascinating, because I think people would look in on you and just go, oh, here's a guy who wants to help people and tell their story, you know, like, but really you were thinking about it like, this matters. We need this brand to last, to reach more people.
I mean, not right away, because initially, you know, even when Corey and I were at the Relevant office in the middle of the night, I didn't think of that as a logo. I thought of that as a T-shirt that we might order one time. But I think as it began to grow and really surprised us in terms of the response. And when messages started to come in from other countries, then I think it gave me permission to think about what was happening and what the future could look like. So, from day one, I wouldn't say there was that, ambition or kind of that strategy. There was the strategy that, hey, if you're gonna make a shirt to try to raise money for anything, you should try to make a cool shirt that people want to wear. So I think there was always the sense of valuing design and valuing language. Obviously things that you notice and care about, and things that I think traditionally, like our parents and our grandparents' generation, that charities or causes weren't usually very good at.
Right.
And so now I feel like it's really cool that so many charities, so many organizations do a great job, and those things aren't shallow. Like, you can use those things for good. I think Charity Water is an amazing example of that.
So talk to me about like the transition. So as you go full time, and this is leaving it, friends locally trying to raise money for Renee, and this is now connecting broader than that, and bands are starting to get behind it, and it's spreading like organically, which I think is key. You worked relationships and stuff like that, but like it was cool for a band like Anne Berlin or others to be wearing the shirt, and it said something that summer. Talk to me about like when this shifted for you, that this was bigger. Like what was it about in that next season? If it's not about Renee, what was it tangibly about for you?
Yeah, there was definitely the sense that it was still a big surprise. It was still a bit overwhelming. There's the question of quitting my job, but then there's also the question of how the heck do you start a nonprofit? How do you run a nonprofit? What's a budget? What's a board of directors? So that whole next set of questions. But I think, what allowed us to think in that direction was just seeing that so many people were touched by not just Renee's story, but the issues that were represented there. And so many people were dealing with the same things. And so Renee was sort of the catalyst, or maybe the first example that made it safe for people to be honest. But I think quickly realizing that there was such a bigger conversation to be had. And really just, it's so many of the same ideas over and over again. So now you're telling not just one person that it's okay to get help, but, eventually thousands and thousands of individuals. You're pointing them to honesty, to community, to the idea that they are loved, to the idea that they don't have to hide, that it's okay to go to counseling, it's okay to go to treatment. And so really it's just kind of duplicating that over and over again in a lot of different settings. Obviously it continued social media, it was music tours. For me now, it's a lot of college campuses. So different platforms and different mediums, but so much of the message has stayed the same. So specifically to answer your question, I think it was just realizing that there were so many Renees out there, and the things we wanted to be true for her, we now hope they could be true for all these other folks.
I know that To Write Love is much broader than the church world now, and I love that. But it started from, the church world. And do you think, why do you think the church has been so bad acknowledging these issues that you're focusing on every day? Like the people who feel like they can't talk about it or ask for help. A lot of them grew up in the church. A lot of them didn't find the help there that they need. Why do you think that is?
Man, I think it's true within the church and outside the church. I think that stigma really exists everywhere, that people aren't sure if it's okay to go there. I don't know what your experience was growing up, but I feel like I sort of grew up with this sense that to be a Christian meant we were supposed to have it all together. And you used words like joy and blessed. And I didn't really see much, especially on stage, or I didn't really see examples of brokenness or where there was space for brokenness. The good news, and I know you see this and you guys write about it and talk about it, but I think we do get to see a lot of evidence of change, a lot of positive change. Sometimes it comes at a cost. Rick Warren and Rick and Kay, who I know you're friends with, are an incredible example of, out of the tragedy of their son Matthew, choosing to use their platform, their audience, their voice, to say, hey, this is a conversation that needs to be had. This is not a secret. This is not something we're ashamed of. We loved our son. We did everything we could for him to get help. This is how hard it is. And that story represents, I think, the reality of these issues for so many people within the church, within church leadership, and certainly outside the church as well. So I do want to point out, and I think you would agree, that there's reason to hope, and there's reason to feel like there's a lot of churches that are starting to get it right and starting to say, hey, we need to have this conversation, whether it's mental health, whether it's something like Celebrate Recovery. There's a lot of churches that are kind of bringing this out of the shadows.
And you've been a huge part of that, honestly. I mean, like you know, championing the fact that we need to talk about this, that, you know, that you don't have to struggle in solitude and in quiet, and it's important to talk about it. Just giving people permission, honestly, really, for the last 10 years, I know you're just chipping away at it, but man, it's made a difference. I mean, yeah, I grew up like you. I mean, like, Christians are supposed to have it all perfect, you know, like if you're struggling with depression, that means you're just not, your faith isn't strong enough, or, you know, like the church did a bad job of acknowledging the chemical and emotional and spiritual components to the things that people are going through, and they just kind of treat it as spiritual only, you know. And I think the church is wisening up to that, you know, and like acknowledging that there is a chemical, a genetic, an emotional component to this, and treating the whole person is important,
definitely,
you know. And I honestly, I that wasn't the case when you started. I mean, you were like a lone voice in the wilderness, you know. It's it's not easy.
No, thank you, man.
So you guys, you know, moving it forward, like you guys are catching momentum. You're raising awareness about this. You're responding to people on MySpace and Facebook, and you're just kind of stirring the conversation. When did it shift for you? Like, what was the moment where it went from like this surprise momentum and like you couldn't keep up with the interest and the demand? When did it shift to like an intentionality of like, I don't know, like what is this nonprofit? Like, what are we about? Like, other than just the issue, what are we doing? You know, when did it? What was that? A couple years later? I mean,
I think there were a lot of moments. You know, I mean, early on there was a festival that you probably remember called Cornerstone, Florida, which happened in Orlando, and we were given a free booth. It was actually intended for a local church, and they didn't need it. And I remember wondering, you know, is this even necessary? I mean, do we deserve a booth? And I think I did some rough math, and I think 10% of the people at the festival bought one of our shirts. And it felt like every stage you looked at, I mean, Under Oath, Paramore, Copeland, the shirts were just everywhere. And I think that was a day that, and again, this is probably earlier on than you were asking, but that just put in my mind, something is happening, like something amazing beyond what I could explain or, you know, manipulate or orchestrate. Something really wild is happening. And I think that was one of the first days that really gave me permission to start thinking about the future and to start thinking of it as potentially a bigger thing. I remember that festival allowed us to move on and go to the bigger Cornerstone Festival in Illinois.
The Cornerstone, Florida.
And kind of to just...
I was there. It was like April, right?
I remember seeing you there.
Yeah, Renee was like, that was like March or February. You wrote the story in March, and then like Cornerstone, Florida was like right after that.
Yeah, like maybe April or May or something.
I remember, I agree with you. Like, that was when I was like, wait a second, what is this? Like, what is going on? This isn't about Renee anymore. You know what I mean? Like, just about Renee.
Yeah.
This is much bigger than that.
Sure.
I remember that too. And so that summer, you went to Cornerstone out in Illinois.
Yeah, and I remember coming home, driving in a van back to Florida, and my sales manager at Hurley called me, and my numbers were down, and he basically just said, "Hey, what's going on?" And so I was honest with him, and he wasn't a big fan of it, and I understand. And I actually quit my job the next day, and it was another one of those kind of defining moments where I felt like my job was being compromised. Obviously, everything's competing for my time, and I I just came to this place of having to choose. And so it was literally on the way home from Cornerstone that I felt like I had to make that decision.
So, let's fast forward a couple years. So like this is 06, 07, 08. You guys are now in the throes of it. Like you're running a nonprofit. You guys were under an umbrella of another organization so you could operate, as a nonprofit. Are you seeking out mentors? Are you seeking out people to like help you along the way, or are you guys kind of like just figuring out as you go?
Yeah, I think I had access. I feel like I've always had access to some people that I really looked up to and respected. And then in doing this work, certainly got to meet people, whether it was professional counselors or people who work in the realm of suicide prevention or treatment. So it was definitely a mix of some voices that had been in my life, people I got to know, and then people, even specifically related to nonprofit work and mental health work. And looking back, I think that, people ask me, what would you do differently? I think I would have said, I don't know, more often. I think there was this feeling of having to maybe pretend to have it all together. And there was just so much to learn. And there was a lot of growing pains. I mean, just on so many levels, working with friends, my friendship with Renee, trying to navigate that relationship and, the uniqueness of our friendship and in the midst of who owns a story and money coming in and privacy and sobriety. So there was just a lot to navigate. And looking back, I wish I would have just kind of been, I don't know if humble's the right word or honest, but the days I didn't know, the days I felt overwhelmed, just to be willing to say that out loud. So not that you asked that, but somehow I ended up there.
Well, I've always wondered that about Renee. Like, how was she with it in those early years of this thing that, it just kind of took off, and it was not really about her, but she was the her, How did you guys navigate that?
Yeah, I mean, there were really hard times. There were entire years that we didn't speak, and, just really hard conversations. And it broke my heart that from the outside, there was an element of success. There was a lot to be proud of, but my relationship, my friendship with this person that the whole thing started with was broken. And the really cool thing, to kind of tell the short version, is just that there's been a ton of healing, and we're friends today, and there's peace today, and we talk and we text and we do events together. She'll be on stage at our 10-year event in Orlando this weekend. So there's been so much healing, and a lot of that just had to happen over time. I think there's probably been growing up. She was 19 when this started. I was 26. So now we're both 10 years further down the road. But I do think I'm thankful that, we didn't make her an employee. This hasn't been her full-time job or her career. She'll always be attached to it. She'll always be associated. We love to promote things that she's doing. We totally honor her place in our story, but I think we've tried to give her the freedom to be herself, to be an individual, to pursue her recovery, and I think that's been a good thing.
In 2008, 9, 10, 11, you guys won every stinking award that nonprofits could possibly win. What in that span, what was going on for you in the organization? I mean, it was finally this is 3-4 years after you started. It kind of seemed like it was shifting from this grassroots bands wearing your t-shirt kind of indie thing to now it's hitting the national stage. It's getting the limelight. What was going on for you in the organization at that time? What was changing?
Yeah. I don't know that the work changed all that much, but I do think people maybe began to see us differently. And so there was a sense of pride in that. I feel like we kind of have always kept our head down, and the message hasn't, been reinvented a ton. Certainly we've grown over the years, and there's new ways to get involved. There's new campaigns. But so much of the message stayed the same, responding to people, bringing this to different environments. All of that was consistent. And then, as you said, just somehow these doors started to open, and we were given some really incredible moments and platforms. Obviously, probably the biggest one would be when we won $1 million at the American Giving Awards. So,
what year was
to be honest, I don't think that was the end of 2011. That was December 2011.
That was when all of a sudden, I hadn't done the math of how big you guys were at that time, but all of a sudden when you're getting a 7-figure check and there's confetti falling on the stage and it's this big national moment. It's wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
Totally.
I mean, what did y'all do with all that money? I mean, that was like almost like a pivot for the organization, I thought.
Yeah. And honestly, I think the moment, the platform, it was primetime national television. I feel like in a way that was as big as the check,
Yeah.
I know for me, I count that as probably the moment I'm the most proud of. But the main thing, I mean, the money was used in a number of ways, but the single biggest one was we took our annual event, which had only ever happened in Orlando, called Heavy and Light, which you've been to. We had a dream to turn that into a tour and to bring that to people, all over. And we were able, I think it was 18 cities across America that we were able to visit. And so, from coast to coast and in between. And that was very much a dream come true to take a lot of musicians that we believed in, to take professional counselors, to know that every night people were leaving with a list of resources where they could get help or a friend could get help. So that was the one time we were able to do a full-on tour. Since then, we've done Orlando and Los Angeles, but that was the one year that we were able to kind of dream up this big tour.
So, since then, what keeps you going? This has been 10 years. This isn't about Renee. It's not about T-shirts. It's not about building a brand. What keeps you so passionate in this work?
Yeah. Man, I'm aware of the need, and honestly, I'm aware of the need in my own life. Like I was with you. We went to Magic Game a few weeks ago, and I'm a person who struggles with depression, and obviously I encounter people and their stories, whether it's online or certainly in person at events, and I get to meet people who say they're still alive because of this work that we do. I get to meet people who say they're going to counseling for the first time. I'm aware of my own need, to be honest. I'm aware of my own need for hope and help. I mean, I'm literally having right now to take the steps that I'm encouraging other people to take. Like this stuff is so deeply personal, and so I think I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that I get to do a job where I can be honest, not just in general, but even honest about my own journey and my own pain, my own need, and also my own gratitude as it relates to, things like medicine, things like professionals. So and the flip side is we meet a mom who has lost a son to suicide or lost, a husband to addiction. And the things at both ends of the spectrum, I think, have a way of keeping us going and keeping me going and reminding us what's at stake.
So if somebody's hearing this and it's just chipping away at them, it's saying like, I've been silently struggling and I need to talk to someone. And they go to Trite Love Unarmed's website. What are they going to find? How can Trite Love help them?
Yeah. So if someone sends us a message, we will respond. If someone is really struggling, in a profound way, we list helplines. There's something called crisis text line where they can send a text and get an immediate response from a trained counselor. There's phone numbers as well if someone would prefer to talk on the phone. We break it down by cities across America and even places outside of the U.S. where if people are looking for a treatment center, if they're looking for a counseling office, there's ways that we can help them find where to go. There's blogs that I think will encourage people, will let people know they're not alone. But, if someone was listening now, I think I would just want them to know they're not alone, that they don't have to fake it. They don't have to hide. This stuff is just part of being alive. It's okay to be honest. I mean, maybe it just starts by calling a friend, calling someone nearby who could come be with you, come sit with you. It doesn't mean they know what to say. It doesn't mean you know what to say, but maybe it tells you you're not alone. And then more than anything, we do point to professionals. We love to point to counseling. We love to point to treatment. And I think we dream of a world without stigma. And by that, I just mean we dream of a world where if you're struggling with depression, if you're struggling with addiction, it's not any different than a broken leg or being told you have cancer. No one would think twice about trying to hide those things. And so I think when it comes to mental health or some of these other struggles we're talking about, we dream of a world where it's just okay to talk about it and it's just okay to get whatever help you need.
That was Jamie Tworkowski. Stay tuned. Up next, another performance from Run River North.
Who I thought you were. No, you can be who I thought
You're listening to Santa Gold. Run River North is a LA-based band, but they just played South by Southwest in Austin, and they are now currently out on an extended cross-country tour. So you kind of can't get any further from LA than where they are right here in Orlando. Check them out while they're out on the road. You won't be disappointed. Without any further ado, once again, here is Run River North.
Lions in the dark with your shadow hanging over me, shaking the ground, your footsteps calling out my name. Off to the races, but all of these faces keep rolling by me now. I don't understand, lines in my hand all look the same, all look the same. I think I changed my mind about 1,000,000 times. Oh, to run or hide, oh, to run or hide. I'm gonna call this out, coming back somehow. I won't run or hide, I won't run or hide. Lions tearing apart, I see them breaking, but I can't let them starve. So I let them in, I feel them tearing up my skin. I think I changed my mind about 1,000,000 times. Oh, to run or hide, oh, to run or hide. I'm gonna call this out, coming back somehow. I won't run or hide, I won't run or hide, run or hide. Run or hide. The lions that you hear, you only get what you get. You're trying to keep this in, spit it out, spit it out. The lions that you hear, you only get what you get. You're trying to keep this in, spit it out, spit it out. Think I changed my mind about 1,000,000 times. To run or hide, to run or hide. I'm gonna call this out, I'm coming back somehow. I won't run or hide, I won't run or hide. I think I changed my mind about 1,000,000 times. Oh, to run or hide, oh, to run or hide. I'm gonna call this out, I'm coming back somehow. I won't run or hide, I won't run or hide, run or hide, run or hide, run or
That was Run River North. Make sure to check out their new album, Drinking from a Salt Pond, wherever music is sold or streamed. Well, it's time for your feedback. Last week, it was a pressing national matter that we asked you about.
Very.
Joy has a car. It's a white Mazda hatchback, and they're considering going down to a one-car family.
Yeah.
And we thought, much like Bodie McBoatface, where the internet got the chance to name a sea vessel, we should ask the relevant podcast listeners / the internet to name Joy's car and then she'd get a decal on the car with the name that is chosen.
Yeah.
You guys used the hashtag Joyride this week on Twitter to
Which I will say leads to a lot of different tweets.
oh, snap. So we don't condone clicking the hashtag Joyride. But you guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. You also posted some of your ideas or suggestions on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Here's a few of our favorite ones that we saw. Chris Zwankenberg said speed reader with like EE, right?
Nice.
Speed
Yeah.
reader.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
No one will know that that's your last name and just think you spelled it wrong, which I guess is okay.
Yeah.
Double Dutch is an option from Scene Sounds on Twitter.
Brad said read for speed. Which I thought was
I
pretty
like that.
Oh,
Read
nice.
for speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was clever.
I got to read for speed. It's good.
Everyone's gonna be like, they can read, but they cannot spell.
John Gurley had a few. He said sedanigans, like shenanigans, but
Oh,
a
that's
sedan.
funny.
Oh, it's Stanigans.
Yeah,
Is that what
that's-
his name is?
But it's not really a sedan.
These are all from Brad.
I know. Brad McConnell had a few of them to do that.
Yeah. Read for Speed, Go Read Racer Go, St. Gosling, and my favorite, Slice Interrupted.
Evan Penn said Sir Whitehorse Wallace III. I like that.
Yeah, that actually really does.
It has
suit
a
Joy.
regal flair to
Yeah.
it.
I like David Sherwood, just Carl. It's just called Carl.
Just Carl.
Oh, Adam Rader said Quasimodo, the hatchback of Notre Dame.
David Sherwood also, he had a bunch. He also said Shifty McZoom Zoom. I like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Or Sally Shifts a lot.
I like Sally Shifts a lot.
Randy Kite, Joy Wagon.
David also said Mads David McZoom Zoom the third. and then just Carl or Agnes.
Someone posted a picture of themselves of their Zune player playing a relevant podcast, which is pretty impressive.
We also had a pretty great, Danielle did a pretty great relevant podcast Friends parody photo that I thought was pretty accurate.
It looks great.
My body looks great. I texted Chad and I was like, man, do I look in shape in this photo?
Roscoe said, just put on the back of your car, millennial vegan. You live in Portland. And
Oh, yes. I did like that one.
Yeah.
The millennial vegan.
he was trying to make a Millennium Falcon reference with Star Wars because it's timely, but just saying
it's
that,
a little-
just saying I'm a millennial vegan,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
You get like a special
right
parking
in.
spot in any parking lot.
You might as well just say human being in Portland.
I like the David Sherwood said the Maserati.
Ooh,
Right?
Maserati. That's
Yeah.
good.
Brian, the Falconer, just the Falconer.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I would give that car a second glance if I was driving down the road and I saw the Falconer just painted on the back.
I kind of like the Falconer. I kind of like what was the Evan Penn, Sir Whitehorse Wallace III.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if you guys already said this one. Alexander Garza said Bombas Squarespace.
Bumba Squarespace the car. Mark Rodriguez just says honky. I like it because it's white.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
And it's a car and it honks.
Yeah, no.
Double.
Has a lot of layers to it.
Do we all have a vote for favorite? I think I have my favorite.
So we all get to pick one and then Joy.
Oh, yeah. You guys all pick your favorites, and then I'll choose from that.
No, you
All right.
won't. No, Chandler picks.
Oh, interesting.
All right, so Eddie,
Chandler,
what's
I know
your favorite?
you from all my questions, but you don't know me.
Chandler, listen. All right, Channing.
Hey, while
We're
y'all
all
are
gonna-
thinking about your favorites, just FYI, Lauren Patterson wrote us in a little correction about the baby on board signs.
Yeah.
She said she thought they were ridiculous too, but then she learned that the signs were intended for first responders. If you're in an accident, that the first responders would know to run to that car because there's a baby on board.
Well, that's
were
smart.
Of course, doesn't
are
make
the
sense
ones
'cause
on
they run to all the cars,
The
but-
cars that pull horse trailers for veterinarians.
Yeah. Yeah. They run
Oh
to-
man, there's a terrible accident
Yeah.
with horses. Get the veterinarians. Which one? Oh, thank God that horse trailer has a sign that says horses on board.
I mean, what about naming the car Joyride? I mean, that's
That
an
so
option.
far
That's
is
right.
Yeah. I mean,
I like-
My
I
favorite is just Carl, but
Carl.
I like Read for Speed.
You like Read for Speed.
Yeah, I like it. Just a nice classic pun that doesn't offend anyone.
Joy, are you going with Sir Whitehorse Wallace III as your choice?
I'm writing down what you guys are saying. I like Carl, Read for Speed, Sir Whitehorse Yeah, I like all these.
So
so
White
far.
Horse Wallace the third, and then mine is going to be Quasimodo, the hatchback of Notre Dame.
I kind of want
Was
that
that a
one,
suggestion, or did you just make that one
No,
up?
that was a suggestion.
Okay.
I read it earlier.
I kind of want that one too.
So you gotta pick yours, Cameron.
I think I want to go with the overarching theme of Joyride.
Joyride.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got Joyride. What was
So White Horse Wallace.
But here's the
third.
thing: my argument against Joyride. I do like Joyride, but it's going from being an actual Joyride to our car.
Are you
So
putting
does
his
that
name
feel-
on the title? So if you're not, it's
no.
still technically Joyride.
It is
Yeah, it's
Joyride,
yours.
and he
It's
needs
yours.
to remember.
No, yeah,
and so
it
he can
is
be
the
grateful.
Joyride,
You
and
need
you'll
to
have to
flaunt the
jog
title
next to me
at
while
all
I drive.
opportunities.
Yeah. Will you read him over the options one more time, Joy? Just refresh real quick, and then Chandler.
I'm
will
just
pick.
saying, if you choose wrong, this determines whether I'm nice to you or mean to you for the rest of our lives.
This is Joy's
Okay,
DC talk.
Noted.
Carl is one.
I like that one.
Oh, because of car.
Yeah, I like
Got
that.
it, okay.
And it's a really white name,
Yeah.
like the white car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl.
Except Carl
And I
Winslow.
just-
Carl
Yeah.
Winslow wasn't white.
True.
And I just like the fact that there's going to be a car driving around that just with the word Carl painted in big bold letters with no
I kind of like that
context.
too.
Not big bold letters. It's a nice, tasteful decal that we're going to get.
That says
I
Carl.
think Carl
Well,
needs
like,
to be
give
big.
him
and
the
bold.
It's going to be in
Carl's
Comic
a big
Sans.
old name.
Yeah.
I want it in Comic Sans. That's the font.
All right.
Sure, Matt wants that.
Yeah. 2 is Reed for speed. My new last name is Reed, Reed.
Yeah.
3 is Sir White Horse Wallace III. 4 is Hatchback of Notre Dame. Or what was the full thing?
Quasimodo, the hatchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's going to be an expensive sticker. And 5 is Joyride.
Now, Channing, you get to pick anything you want. Don't let anybody influence you. Shoot from the hip. This is your decision.
This is like choosing between mommy and daddy.
And I know which one I want in my head.
Channing Tatum, what do you choose?
I'm going to go with Carl.
Yes!
Oh,
it is.
very nice.
Joy's
Yeah.
Joy's old car is now called
It's
Carl.
now called. Out of all the things on the internet, that's what we landed
They're a family of 3.
on. Yeah.
So
Carl. How
really
exciting.
now, Eddie, we're both going to be nice to Chandler. So Jesse,
Yeah.
that leaves you to be the one that's mean to Chandler.
Yeah.
By
And me.
default.
And I can tickle him.
Yeah,
So, don't worry.
Yeah, Cameron's just the
Me and
tickler.
Cameron will just tag team tickle him, threaten to throw him off a bridge and shoot him with a flaming arrow. It'll be-
All right. Well, that'll do it for last week's question. It's time for this week's.
Editorial question of the week. Hey.
So earlier, Jesse brought the slice about the new Mythbusters and how this is his dream. Jeremiah is chasing his dream of
Yep.
making things for kids, and Jesse wants to chase his dream of.
I know you mean that in a really nice way. It just hurts so
Yeah,
bad when you
because it
say it.
basically just lumps you in with elves.
That was
Very nice.
That was his.
That was a
dream.
good one to close on.
So, Jesse wants to audition for the new Mythbusters, but we thought he needs to stand out in the audition process.
That's
he
right.
needs to send in a tape showing a myth being busted.
Yeah.
So we want to know from you, what myth should Jesse bust to audition for the new Mythbusters show?
And remember, like I don't even want them to have a question of whether I should be on the show after seeing this tape.
It is
like,
shockingly apparent. It is
Right.
embarrassing that you haven't been on the show yet.
Right.
They should feel
Yeah.
shame.
Right.
That's how good this
So,
myth has
so
to be.
they're watching this video Jesse sends in, and they feel shame. That's what we're going
I
for.
can't.
And then at the end of it will just be me shaming the producers.
Yeah.
Which I am very used to, and it's one of the largest reasons that I'm.
Yeah,
Enjoy-
shaming producers is kind of a thing I've got a lot of experience
Yeah.
in. 'Cause
Enjoy your new
especially
job.
when you're around shameful producers a lot.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Channing.
Hello, producers of
Carpe
Mythbusters.
diem.
Have you ever stolen before from McDonald's? Shame on you. For shame.
Why did you get a backwards tattoo?
I feel sullied just for having you work on something that I'm on. Shame, shame, shame.
You were unemployed. You sleep on a
Now,
piano.
now, watch me connect all these PVC pipes together and shoot a potato with hairspray. Shame on you. They're like, we want this guy? He's just yelling shame and made a big potato
Well, we
gun.
figured out your tagline, which is great.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame,
Shame,
yeah,
shame,
my
shame.
tagline- yeah, I just look right at the camera. I turn around slow. They're like, Alice from Las Vegas. Science is cool. Yeah. Rick from Fort Walton Beach. The answers are out there. Jesse from Virginia Beach. Shame on you. Shame. And then by tape is just me shaming them for reasons that are never made clear, and then making a giant potato gun that ends up not really working.
Yeah, because it's PVC and it melts at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I give up pretty quick into the experiment. Wait, I gotta buy stuff from the hardware side? What happens if I put a bunch of bleach in this bucket and light it on fire? You think something cool is gonna happen?
Okay. All right. If you want to give your suggestion for the experiment Jesse should do, or the myth he should bust in his audition tape, hit us up on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Also, you can hit us up on Twitter at relevantpodcast. Head over to audible.com right now to hear the Audible Studios production of Emma Thompson reading Henry James's Gothic ghost tale, The Turn of the Screw.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Also, thanks to Squarespace. Make sure to go to squarespace.com to start your free trial today. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use the offer code RELEVANT to get 10% off your first purchase. Thanks to Run River North for coming through the studio. Make sure to hear their new album, Drinking from a Salt Pond. It's out everywhere music is sold and streamed now. And thanks also to my friend Jamie Tworkowski. Congrats on 10 years of helping people and to write love. It's an awesome thing. His book, If You Feel Too Much, is out now. You can follow him on Twitter at Jamie Tworkowski. Spell it.
TWORKOWSKI.
Good job.
Oh,
there you go.
Homeschool.
Nailed it.
Come
Nailed
on.
it.
Make sure to head over to relevantmagazine.com. Get the magazine. It's the main thing we do.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty good. Our new issue, there might have been some allusion in this epised to what's on our next cover.
Dun, dun,
our next issue is going to the printer. It went to the printer this week.
Mythbusters.
It'll be coming out next month. So we'd appreciate the support. We think you like the magazine. relevantmagazine.com. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm going to miss Jeremiah.
I'm never going to see you again.
Bye, buddy.
I'm Chandler Strang.
I'm Joy Agrich Reed.
I'm Jesse Carey.
And for the last time,
I am Jeremiah Dunlap.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Connect with us on Twitter at Relevant Podcast and get bonus material from this episode and more at the podcast section on relevantmagazine.com. And don't forget to check the magazine out. It's available on newsstands and at the iTunes App Store, or you can subscribe online at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Gets me through all these days and nights. Think about his crazy life. Everything changes.
Jesse from Virginia Beach. Shame on you. Shame.